Alrighty, guys. Hey, welcome in. Hey, sorry about the delay. I was setting up my TikTok account because I had a comment this morning on over on the YT. See, this is, I used to love streaming on TikTok. Absolutely loved it. But like, they have these like shadow ban things that go on that are really kind of annoying, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Welcome in, everybody. Zilla's here, and Cool Josh. Cool Josh, I have not seen you in forever. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Listen, guys. Yeah, so TikTok has these freaking algorithms, or I don't know what it is, but you cannot make mention of any other platform. They do not like it. So a lot of people use like code words like the red one or the purple one or the green one. I'm sure they added that to the algorithm by now. But one of the main reasons I haven't been streaming on TikTok is because I heard rumor that they cut everybody's revenue like beyond in half, which is really, really kind of shitty, you know, because people were saying like, oh, I get like a million views or whatnot, and I should be making, you know, I was making like thousands of dollars, and now I'm making like $30. And it's like, what happened? The only thing that did happen is TikTok recently sold the company to either, it was like an American investor, or I forget who they sold it to. And then almost immediately after that, people stopped getting paid like they used to. And give me 1 second, guys. Oh, he won't put on his shoes, and yeah, he's just screaming. Yeah, so Cooper didn't really have too bad of terrible twos. He just turned 3 yesterday, and he is having some terrible threes, man. He is throwing tantrums left and right for no good reason. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta get this text. Okay, we're back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so like I said, I did just go live on TikTok. If you're not following me over there, go ahead and follow me over there. I don't think I have many followers. So this is another caveat, because I did a video on YouTube about how to live stream to TikTok through OBS and Atom Multistream. Okay, so, and I hadn't streamed in a while. However, someone brought it to my attention. Give me 1 second. I'll give him a shout out. It was Jay first person. Can I go to his account? How do I go to his account? No, open image. There we go. Jay first person, big shout out to you. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. So I had been seeing a lot of people having issues streaming to TikTok using my method, and I will show you where it is. Where is it? Yes, there's all kinds of weirdness going on. So anyway, Jay said he couldn't log in using this. Don't worry about the key. I'm not concerned. You can't see all of it anyway. Plus I'm streaming on it right now. Anyway, so in my tutorial, I log in through the web. I'm not going to click this now because it seems like this version of the key generator is a little buggy. So keep that in mind. Normally you would load from web after you've done a few other steps. Well, I tried that this morning. Couldn't log in through the web, yada, yada. So the new method is load from PC. Okay, this worked for me almost out of the box. So what you got to do, just open yourself up a little tab right here. Go to Streamlabs. Okay. And now he was still having issues using even this method. So I would suggest unlinking your TikTok account, like log out, like disconnect, delete, whatever you got to do, log out of TikTok over here, come over here, hit download Streamlabs. Okay. So there's like a little desktop app. Okay. You open that, you run the installer, and then just have it going in the background, right? It'll ask you to log into TikTok through this application. Okay, log into TikTok there, and then come back to this thing and just hit load from PC. It'll automatically pull this in, pull this, pull this, pull this. So if you're not approved, there's another link in that video description that you can apply, and it has to say approved and can go live true. And then you can change your category, all this. You press go live and then copy and paste this into your Atom vertical stream settings. So every single time you go live, it's going to generate a new key. So that's the only drawback of this method. Every time you go live, you have to use the generator, copy a new key, and paste it in here. Hit save, hit OK, and then you're able to go live to TikTok directly from OBS. So this prevents you from having to have the TikTok Studio app open and running in the background and then doing like a virtual camera from OBS and all that, because that's just sitting there eating more resources, right? So, and if you're on, especially if you're on a lower end machine, saving all the resources you can is an absolute must, right? So while you are live, right? While you're live over on TikTok, just leave this up, minimize it, leave it in the background, right? And then when you're ready to end, just click end. Otherwise, the server over on TikTok, it'll sit there and leave you live, even though nothing is being broadcast. So hit end live, and then you can end it on your OBS. So hopefully that helps y'all out there. But all that said, welcome in. Welcome in. That was just a little caveat. Had to take care of that. Because yeah, a lot of people were saying they were having trouble, and they were right. I was having trouble too, getting it going and then getting it set up. And then I have another chat program that I had to log into TikTok. It seems like the TikTok login seems to be the problem. Cool, Josh. Cool, Josh, buddy. How the hell are you, man? Cool, Josh, my man. How you been, brother? Haven't seen you on Fort. Have you been streaming? Have you been streaming, bud? I haven't seen you on the Fort. Let's go, dude. You're amazing. Keep it up, man. 500, you're halfway there. You are halfway there. You get 1,000, you can monetize that puppy, and you're on your way. And like I said, you are a really good Fortnite player. I think that's why I didn't catch fire, because I'm not that good. I've gotten better, thanks to you and Annette and all the fam out there. But I just can't hang in your lobbies, man. Can't do it. But how the hell are you, man? Good to see you. Yeah, what do you think of the new season, eh? Sorry, I was trying to open something and I hit the wrong thing. There we go. I'm a mess today, boys. I'm a little bit of a mess. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Yeah, I don't mind it either. It's all right. I am, and this is the tech channel, so it kind of goes, I don't mind talking about Fortnite, but I can't play it on here because it's like everybody is playing Fortnite. Everybody and their grandma, right? Everybody's streaming it. It's really tough to break into being like a popular, real popular streamer. And unfortunately, come to find out, a lot of the streamers I was watching and was I don't want to say friends with, but um, kind of sorta. You know, I played a couple games with them. They were cheating, 100%. You can tell they got trigger bot. Now Tristan, if you're watching, sorry, sorry to tell you, they're cheating. You probably don't know them, but they're cheating. And I won't name names because there's so many fucking cheaters out there. But that is one of the big problems in Fortnite. And then they're like, oh, we're not making enough money. We had to raise the price of V-Bucks. Oh, and that wasn't enough. There it is. Yeah, I was out of sorts today. I didn't get Lumia started, so there you go. And Josh, I should probably make you an intro too, man. You deserve one. How about that? Once you get to 1,000 subs, eh? You get to 1,000 subs, I'll make you an intro. How about that? You can do it, man. And you've got, you know, you're good at the game. Like I said, so you're sweating on these kids. You can hang with the cheaters. You could probably take a few out. I can't. So, but I still enjoy playing the game. But that's, you know, so they raised the price of V-Bucks, then they fired 1,000 employees, and yeah, he's on YouTube right now. So he is it should just be Cool Josh 0410 is his thing. Give him a subscription, subscribe to him. He plays Fortnite. That's how I met him. Met him through his brother. I don't know, I forget how I met Annette. I think it was just a random Phil. I don't remember how I met him. Hmm, interesting. Anyway, um, yeah, Fortnite can say all they want, you know, they're it's and they tried to address it, right? They're like, oh, the biggest problem is XYZ, the biggest problem is this, problem is that, problem that. It's the fucking cheaters, okay? It's the cheaters, and you're charging too much money for these stupid skins. And then you nickel and diming us for shoes, for gliders, for all this other stuff that, you know, really you don't need. And you're wondering, why is nobody buying this shit? No one's buying it because first of all, everybody's fucking broke, okay? They've squeezed us to the point of, you know, I'd like to get the Scooby-Doo skin, but I'd also like to eat today. That's where we're at. So you're like, oh, why aren't they buying the skins? They're too fucking expensive, okay? You just raised the prices and fired a bunch of people. Now the game's going to be in complete fucking shambles because you fired 1,000 people and closed down Rocket Racing and Festival, which in my opinion didn't belong in the fucking game anyway. It just didn't. Focus on what you're good at. If you want to make some other games, make some other games. Let the fans make different game modes like this. Give them the tools to do it, you know. Let the fans take over Ballistic. Let the fans take over frickin' Rocket Racing or whatever. Let someone else build that. Or hire, you know, just hand it off to another studio. Like, I just doesn't make any sense. So, these couple, oh, okay. So I don't know. But like when it comes down to it, the real problem is the cheaters. Not to mention, they're like, oh, we don't have enough money to pay all these employees. Like, okay, CEO should take a cut, in my opinion. Like when it really comes down to it, the CEO and higher ups, if they're struggling, they need to take a pay cut. That's my opinion. Whatever. They don't want to give up their Lambos, whatever, their chicken nuggies, fine. But then we all suffer because of it. So, um, and deal with the cheaters. You know, they tried to sue that one guy, right? They sued somebody to try and scare the other cheaters, but honestly, the cheaters are the only ones spending money in that game, if we're being completely honest. But no, I canceled my Fortnite crew. I canceled I haven't bought a skin in a long time. And these you can tell they're just nickel and diming us because it's like they come out with these companions, and yeah, they probably sold a few of those, but you only get to edit the style one time, and then you have to buy it again if you want to change the color or change the skin or whatever, you know, like change the style of the character. I feel like you'd sell more of them if you didn't do that. If you just left it open to where like, oh cool, I can edit more of these, you know, oh, I don't have to buy it again to edit it. Like when you're clearly taking advantage of your community and milking them for V-Bucks and money and whatever else, when it becomes obvious, that's when people lose interest. Just saying. And like when the cheating becomes obvious, that's when you start losing players. And when you continually have these competitions for money and skins, and you allow the cheaters to take all of that money, and then you fire your employees, that's a problem. Just saying, that's a problem. So, good luck, Fortnite. You know, I'll play. I ain't gonna buy a skin. I ain't gonna sign up for crew. No need. No, not necessary. I have a daily skin that I run with. Okay, I have enough skins. I'm fine. I don't need another new one. So they've completely lost the plot. They've lost the plot, in my opinion. So, but what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet. Anywho, what's going on today? How's everybody doing? Hey, that's enough rant out of me, right? I'm just fucking diarrhea of the mouth right now. So let's see. Action required, PayPal integration. No, we're good. Pardon me. Yeah, so Jay, first person, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, don't use the web login like I did in the video. I will have to update said video. Hopefully I can just do a quick edit, right? And show people the newer method to load from PC, because that seemed to work almost instantaneously. So let's go with that. Let's see. So I did just buy some new headlights for the truck. I know, talking about the truck, right? Um, it's trash. Yeah, guys, don't buy a new car right now. All of them. Doesn't matter what manufacturer, all of them are having engine problems. All of them. Almost every single one of them is having engine problems. Don't buy a new car right now. Buy a used one. That's the Chevy. Which one is it? Here, I'll show you. The Tundra, new Tundra. Don't buy a new Toyota. And it was funny. I took my Toyota, the one I just bought, it's 2017. I took it to the dealership, And every time you go to the dealerships, one salesperson always, you know, you're in for service, but one salesperson will eventually like hit you up, right? And he'll be like, he or she, this happened to be a woman this time. She'll be like, hey, you know, we're interested in buying your vehicle. Would you like to buy, you know, would you like to sell it to us to try and upsell you essentially and get you into a new vehicle? And I looked right at her and I said, I just bought this. I just bought this car. I was just bringing it in to get it checked out and see if it needed any maintenance. But thank you. And she's like, oh, well, you know, like, why'd you buy this car with so many miles on it? So I got 180,000 miles. And I said, I looked at her and I said, you have no idea what you're talking about, do you? I'm like, this engine, the engine in this 2017 Toyota Tundra, if it's kept well and treated right, will go over 1 million miles. No joke. There's a guy on YouTube that did it not once, twice. He drove his Tundra to 1 million miles and, you know, every 5,000 miles had it serviced at Toyota. So that's how Toyota knew. It's legit. This guy came in every 5,000 miles. So they knew this was true. That, you know, it wasn't just like he put it on a dyno and just ran the wheels for 1 million miles. No, he actually drove 1 million miles doing nothing but routine oil changes. Toyota bought that car from him. They bought his 1 million mile Tundra back from him, gave it to the engineers. They bought it back, gave him a brand new Tundra, which hopefully it wasn't the new generation. Gave him a new Tundra, and then he proceeded to drive that one to 1 million miles. So he's done it twice. 2 million miles on that engine. Anyway, I looked at her and I was like, this engine will go to 1 million miles right now. These new Tundras that you're trying to sell me, the engines are eating themselves. And she just looked at me like a deer in the headlights. And I'm like, oh, you didn't know? So, I don't know if she was new or they're like hiding this from their own sales team. I'm like, these engines are eating themselves. Failure, if I could spell. Still failing. Yep, 2026, rip. And not at like, you know, 100,000 miles. They're not dying at 100,000 miles. They're dying at 9,000 miles. Like, look at this.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the...
No, we don't.
That's Toyota.
Anyway, let me get my headphone on so I can hear what is going on. So yeah, guys, don't buy a new Tundra. And Tundra or Toyota is not alone in this. All of the new cars are eating themselves.
Lost their way. That's what we're going to talk about
Big
today.
time.
I think they have. Folks, this is a 2026 Toyota Tundra that has failed at just about 9,000 miles. That is
9,000 miles. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? You buy a brand new, almost probably like $100,000 truck, and 9,000 miles later, your engine eats itself.
bad news, I think. It indicates what everybody fears about Toyota is that they're just not fixing this problem or the root cause of it. I will say, though, I have seen failure slow down. I have some positives and negatives. I have some personal stories about Toyota. Toyota's powertrain issues have got to get fixed for these Tundra owners. Before we get into that 2026, I wanted to show you a couple other things that are going on with Toyota. Here's a 2024 with 32,000 miles knocking. And this one might...
32,000 miles. And it sounds like it's 90 years old.
Actually be one of the most ridiculous repairs. I would never accept this back. Wait till you hear this. Tell me if you would accept this truck back, being a truck that's under warranty.
We finally got an answer back from Toyota. Basically, they made me do a bunch of measurements inside the valves and springs and the turbo, a bunch of different measurements on this engine. We need 2 new heads, basically, oil.
I mean, these things are brand new, dude. Brand new. Brand new. They fucked up the engineering. The engineers fucked up. Just admit it, Toyota. Just fucking admit it. Somebody in the engineering department fucked up.
Coming through the seals, like I'm going inside the cylinder again, burned up on these two front cylinders. So we're replacing the heads.
And it's not just like an easy fix. They're destroying themselves on the main crankshaft, the main drive of the engine. So essentially, you have to, I mean, it's a lot of work. I watched a video of a guy that got one and was tearing it down to find out where the hell it was going wrong. He had to take the entire thing apart. The whole engine. See that main shaft right there? You had to take everything off, all the parts, all the components, everything to get down inside of the main shaft. And that's where it's failing. The worst possible place it could fail is where it's failing.
Machining them and then replacing the valves as well. The 23s, 24s, hybrids have this problem, but we are going to be fixing it. So it's going to take a long time. Maybe choosing Toyota Winter Park. My name is Jason. I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, Toyota of Winter Park. That's right here. That's right here. Right down the street. Right down the street.
Oh my goodness. Gonna get new valves, new heads, and they're gonna send them to a machine shop to get machined. And then they're gonna rebuild this engine. Can you imagine owning a 24 Tundra?
But it's not the heads. It's not the heads. He didn't even take the whole thing apart. It's not the heads.
Under warranty. And they tell you, hey man, here's a loaner. We're gonna rebuild this engine. There's no way. There's no way I
Yeah. So they'll rebuild it and it's still gonna make that noise.
would accept that repair on this truck. I'd be like, buy back, get a lawyer.
Yep.
That's insane.
Buy it back.
There's a guy with a 2023 TRD Pro hybrid that locked up with only 72,000 miles, metal shavings in the oil. Now,
Yep, metal shavings in the oil. Same thing. So it's the main crankshaft is shredding itself.
remember, the hybrids aren't included in the recall. 72,000 miles. I wonder what happens to this guy. Person in the comments there saying his dealer has 2 failed hybrids right now. They need to extend the recall to include the hybrids. Yes, they definitely do. These hybrids.
Yeah, why wouldn't it's the engine that's the problem? Just because it has a hybrid battery.
People will not get a long block typically, and they're not included in the recall. I bet this guy is going to have to pay out of pocket somewhat. It's 72,000 miles. Here's another guy, Nate Steele, in the comments. Rebuilt engine and new transmission at 18,000 miles on a 2024 hybrid. Again, hybrid not included in the recall. Spent 4 months at the dealership waiting for parts. Toyota refused the buyback after 75 days of that process. He's turned 25,000 miles on it now with no problems. Knock on wood. Boy, I would be dumped.
No, I would take it back and say, this is a brand new truck. Fucking, you better buy this back immediately.
Open that thing. And here's the crazy part. Joshua Young was the start of this post. He's the one with the hybrid that had 72,000 miles. He said, update, Toyota dealership called me Thursday and said the extended warranty won't pay the full price of a brand new engine and turbos. So he had an extended warranty on the thing. That I would have to pay $4,000 to $5,000 out of pocket for a new engine. So they were going to put a used engine in with 1,000 miles on it and use turbos with 10,000 miles on them. Either way, I'm still going to be covered under extended warranty until 120.
That sounds like a class action lawsuit coming. What do y'all think?
$20,000 miles. Wow. There is no way I would accept that. I would be getting a lawyer for sure. Another person here, Mark Lincoln, 2024 hybrid went at 27,000 miles. Yet another one, mine's in the shop with 52,000 miles, 2023 TRD Pro.
Right? Like these are all low mileage trucks. Low mileage. There's no way a truck that fresh should be making noises.
Metal in
like
the oil
that.
and had a ticking noise. All right, so
metal in the oil.
here's the Facebook post on the group. He's got 9,300 miles on this, got the check engine light. His story goes, he has a 2026 SR5. He had engine failure at 9,300
9,000 miles. 9,000 miles.
started to lose power and hesitation and downshifting,
Not even 10,000 miles.
barely able to keep 40 miles an hour, pulled into the dealer service lane, and it started to knock and shut off. Engines are junk. So then I went to the groups, just to the forums to try to find this guy, just to see if he's really legit. So I found the same guy on tundras.com. So this post just a couple of days ago, he said it was in relation to 2025 failures in the Tundras. He said, forget about the 25s failing. My 26 just had engine failure, dumping it now. He was in the process of picking up a Tacoma. Now, of course, as the internet goes, people are calling him a liar.
I wouldn't even dump it for a Tacoma at that point. If the
saying he's
Tacomas
trolling, this and that and the
or
other.
if
So
the Tundra engines are chewing themselves, I would not trust it.
here was his response to them. He
Nope.
said, you can pick up the $8,000 loss that I had on my 2026 on trade. I now have a 2026 Tacoma because it was pretty much an even trade. Better yet, I can text you the VIN of the vehicle that at the dealership so you can confirm. 9,300 miles, dead on the clock. According to my trade-in paperwork, it was knocking in the service lane and then just shut off and wouldn't start back up again.
They class action lawsuit. This is. I'd be furious.
Frank, and it made metallic noises. I was sick to my stomach to look at it. Worse yet,
yeah.
no new long block. So the thing that he was going to be told, it was a 40-day repair on his Tundra because the 2026s obviously aren't included in a recall. So he would have been getting
They're not.
that short block rebuild, not a crate engine. So it wouldn't have been a quick turnaround for him. Look, and this guy's a Toyota fanboy. He bought a Tacoma to replace this, which is kind of crazy. He said, but it's like playing Russian roulette with these third gens.
Yeah.
What have I always said on this channel?
Nope.
The Tundras, the GM 6.2, it's like playing roulette. He goes on to say, you know, the second gen Tundras had their issues sorted out by the second or third year, these V35A engines, whether it's manufacturing defect or a design flaw, you guys can carry on that discussion on your own. And this,
I think it's a design flaw. Has to be. Has to be. With that many recall, or, you know, with that many failures, it's got to be a design flaw.
this is my daughter's 2025 Toyota Camry. Here's the key for it. I'll show you more on that in a second. Her screen just cuts out, turns black while she's on the highway. You know, it's a simple thing, but you have to completely power the screen off to get it back on. Pretty irritating.
And my Honda would do that too. My Honda, it's like they didn't, have they never used computers before? It's essentially a computer, and they put no cooling in it. You got to have some cooling fans or something on these new radios.
You have to reboot this thing while you're driving. That's also a little bit distracting too. Another thing, all the way down, I explained this in my Camry review, all the way down to the key fob. Now, if you look at these two key fobs, this one is the old key fob from a 2018 Camry. This one is the 2025. This one is significantly heavier. I mean, it weighs like 10 times as much as this one. This one feels like it couldn't even survive a drop on concrete, and this one feels like you could use it as a weapon. But seriously, I mean, even down to the plastics and the metals they use in the key fob. Imagine if they took so much care in cutting costs down to here. I just imagine maybe that's why they're having these powertrain problems still, and just quality issues all around. And this continues to happen. This is a 2026 Tundra 1794 edition with that.
See, that's what I mean. It's an engineering problem. Look at this, the sunroof.
Big moonroof, and it cracks. You've seen this a lot. I've had it on this channel where these just pop.
He says he's seen it a lot.
Out of nowhere. And a lot of the time Toyota says, hey, it must have been a foreign object that hit it. And I don't think it is. I think it's the vehicle stress. They're not as rigid because they're making these vehicles so thin with, you know, everything aluminum panel.
Why would you make a truck thin? You know, like thin metal. They're supposed to be rugged. They're supposed to be built to last.
Everything's just thinner and less rigid, and it flexes more. And I think that's probably why the glass is popping, or the glass is just so thin that it's weak. You can go to my website.
No, I think he's dead on. It's like the truck is like twisting. So you're hitting, you know, you're going off road, because as truck owners do, they'll go off road. They're hitting these bumps like this, and the front end and the back end are going like this, and the metal is so thin that, I mean, a giant piece of glass like that, a piece of glass cannot flex like that. Don't know if you guys knew that. Apparently Toyota doesn't know that.
CarGuyOnline.com.
Is that Philly cheesesteak? Yeah, boy. Hot pockets.
Ew.
I don't see a lot of...
You ever see Jim Gaffigan's take on Hot Pockets? I'll play
NHTSA failures like we do with the 25s and previous. Now, the 2026s haven't been out that long, but I don't see any engine failures reported there. Now, generally speaking, if you see one here, it's worth like 20 or 50 in the real world, because most people don't report to NHTSA, which is unfortunate. But at least I don't see any here. It's not like they're popping off left and right like GM 6.2 liters. And if you drop back to the 2025 Tundra, I do see 28 engine-related things. Some of these are due to throttle lag. That throttle lag issues in the 26s still as well. But 28 popping off left and right, because most people, generally speaking, if you see one here, it's worth like 20 or 50 in the real world, because...
This is great. Complaints by year. Look at this, Toyota Tundra. And then 2000, look at all the complaints, because it was the original, I guess, and so old. But by 2009, they seriously worked out all the bugs. Look at that. And then, so 2009 was a good year. 2015 was a good year. Mine's a 2017, so not bad. Not bad. That's on the lower end. I'll take it. Plus mine's older, so a lot of that stuff has probably been worked out already. But yeah, look at the 2022. Boom, back up, back up, back up. And like he said, I think this is, Toyota probably paid him off for this because, yeah, no.
Most people don't report to NHTSA, which is unfortunate, but
Right.
at least I don't see any here. It's not like they're popping off left and right like GM 6.2 liters. And if you drop back to the 2025 Tundra, I do see 28 engine related things. Some of these are due to throttle lag. That throttle lag issues in the 26s still as well, but there are some of these complete engine failures left me stranded on the highway. There still are problems coming in with the 25s. This is yet another reason. I tell people all the time, they post in the forums or they ask me in person, would you buy a Tundra used? Dude, it's only got 20,000 miles. It's under warranty. No. I would not, me personally. Now, if you want to take that risk, that's fine. I just don't understand why people want to take a risk with a known powertrain that could just pop off at any second. The same thing.
And that's what I told that lady that was trying to sell me one. She was like, oh, why did you buy this with so many miles? Because I'm driving this bitch to 1 million. If I bought yours, I'd be lucky to get out of the parking lot.
Could happen with a GM 6.2 liter or some of those 3 liter Duramaxes early in 25. On and on you go. It's not brand specific anymore. People need to stop having so much brand loyalty. Look at every engine and every powertrain in vehicles as its own
People are like, oh, it's a Toyota. It's got to be reliable. Look at Microsoft, right? Oh, it's Microsoft. They know what they're doing until they don't. Just
silo. Research years, make, model, powertrains. Don't research brand. Don't say, I love Toyota. I've always bought Toyota.
That's what I did, right? When I was on to the Tundra, my buddy told me, he's like, these engines will last forever. He bought a Tundra and then told me, oh yeah, these engines will last forever. And then we got into this camping kick and we're like, hey, we want to buy a trailer. And I'm like, okay, well, I started looking at 4Runners and I'm glad I didn't because the advertised towing capacity of a 4Runner is like 6,000 pounds. So we could have got a small trailer because you don't want to tow at the maximum weight. But I was like, you know what? Let me just look at the Tundras. And then I found that video of the guy who drove the Tundra to 1 million miles. And I was like, he was not kidding. These engines will last forever. Wow. So
I trust them. That is not the way you should be shopping for powertrain reliability.
But anyway, once I found out the Tundra was good, I watched other videos on I watched all the videos I could on Tundra, just looking up Tundra, and found like that chart we just looked at, like one video that said, like, without a doubt, in this guy's opinion, the 2017 was the best Tundra you could get, and there just so happened to be a 2017.
In my opinion, that's not how I shop. I learned this a long time ago. You could have 5 good years of a Toyota Tundra, 2nd gen or 1st gen, and then you could have 1 or 2 bad years. You know, people think that 2008 Tundras were bad. They weren't really bad in comparison to this.
So if you're looking at a particular car, just look up best year of that car, right? Let's say it's a Corvette. Look up best year Corvette, most reliable year Corvette. Or you could do the opposite, known issues for, you know, specific year on that particular car, because there's nothing but information out there. Who is this? Hostinger? Very good in customer service. Who's Hostinger?
But you kind of get the point. And no, this is not just a rip on Toyota video. I think a lot of manufacturers are having problems. I got to take my new Ram in tomorrow, drop it off at 8 a.m. Have no idea if it's going to be fixed, but I'll try to cut a video on that and tell you guys what's going on with it.
Spoiler alert, it won't.
No powertrain issues, but still pretty irritating that I got to be without a truck. At least it's not the powertrain, not the transmission and engine. That's all I can say. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you're out there in the crowd, Joe Wolf, contact me, cars@thecarguyonline.com. Love to have you on the show. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time.
Oh, this is the guy. Look. Owner of the 9,000-mile Tundra. He speaks out. He actually talked to the guy. Wow. Horrible, guys. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So yeah, do not buy a new Tundra. Anywho, until they work out these problems. I have no doubt they'll work them out, but no. Oh, that's what I was gonna 1,000,000-mile Tundra. This guy. Come
this game
You're not ready for.
you're not ready for it.
Today, I'm with the man,
There
the
he
legend,
is.
Vic Shepard, Mr. Million Mile Tundra times 2. The only man I know who's done a million miles twice, the same brand of truck and the same truck, like, Chevy, Ford, you know, that light duty, heavy duty, that kind of stuff. No, not for this guy. This guy has this 2014 Toyota Tundra. In this video, we're going to talk about how he did it.
2 million miles. No. Steam dude. Oh wait, yeah. Steam database.
Take a look at the truck. Let's talk about maintenance. We'll answer all your questions. I've been on forums. I put a video up yesterday. Got comments down below. Go through all details on that in this. Hey, Tim, pick up truck plus as we talk. I did the story 8 years ago. You said 8 years ago. A little less.
2016 actually.
A little less gray in the beard back then, I think.
I got rid of mine.
You got rid of yours. Probably smart. I might look younger if I did. Yeah, so I did that way back then, and we had a really good time back then. You got to swap trucks with Toyota, and then he did it again. This is kind of a cool setting. We're at a rest area on I-10 east of Houston, which is actually a road you take all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I stop here and sleep sometimes.
yeah, I had some travel issues yesterday. Changed my trip. Got to be in here outside Houston on a route you drive. So let's go check out this truck, and we got the hood open. So let's start with the engine because the last one was a little confusing for some people. Because last one was a 4.6,
4.7.
4.7. Because they had 4.6, 4.7. They had differences, but now it's clear.
4.7. Yeah. Oh yeah.
5.7 was the only thing they offered, and now we have the 5.78.
No, they offered to start out. They started out with the 4.7 and the 5.7.
Right.
And then they switched. They got rid of the 4.7, had the 4.6 and the 5.7.
Right. It created some questions and forms and such I had to answer over the years. But now we have a very big, we have one engine. So we have 5.7 liter V8. We have a million miles in this. So this truck's been done. There's been a few people who've done it, but this, like I said, you're the only guy I know who's done it twice. So starting with the engine, you've done all your maintenance. The dealership?
At Toyota.
At Toyota. So, and the reason why you like Toyota is because you started there out of high school. You were working for the dealership, right?
No. Out of college, I bought my
Oh,
first
out of
Toyota.
college. Okay.
And it's been Toyotas ever since. That's all I drive.
Okay. And then for those who don't know, he's a hot shot driver, which means he's constantly on the road delivering supplies, delivering stuff. They can't ship the mail kind of deal. So that's how you get a million miles. But I don't want to dive too much maintenance yet. I want to talk about maintenance here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and shut the hood and let's do a little walk around and see how it held up after all these years. Yeah. Just so this is the truck after so you started using this in 2016.
Got the front grill taped on there. Looks like.
Yeah.
Because you have multiple Tundras.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had multiple Tundras. So this started using this 2016. This is 2015. So you put a million miles on in 8 years.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
Wow. Million miles in 8 years. That's insanity.
And you have the
dude.
SR5. You have the double cab.
TRD.
How many tires do you go through?
Actually, I get a new set every year.
A new set every year?
Yeah, just do it.
Just back it. Okay.
Well, Toyota always has a program every year where buy 3 get 1 for $1. So
Okay.
I take advantage.
Yep. So there's that. There's a
Okay.
question somebody else online about wheel bearings. You ever had
Wait, who has that program?
every year?
Yeah, just do it.
Just back of it. Okay.
Well, Toyota always has a program.
Oh,
every
Toyota
year,
does. Okay. Yeah, because
where
he gets his
buy
maintenance.
3 get 1 for $1. So
That's
Okay.
not bad.
Yep.
I take advantage.
Yep. So there's that. There's a question somebody else online about wheel bearings. You ever had to repack your wheel bearings, anything like that?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. That was an interesting question. So here
crazy.
is walk on the exterior. I'm gonna show the interior in just a second. Work truck. So use this. I think people get confused because you do a lot of hauling.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't do any towing.
No towing, but a lot of hauling of heavy equipment. There's times that you said you took like oil rig parts to Wyoming and such, like big drill beds and things. So heavy items in the bed. And this bed's got a spray and bed liner. I remember the last one we did.
It was worse than this.
It looked terrible. It looked like a bomb went off in there.
Oh, yeah.
This one looks pretty good. I mean,
I still got the dents from putting stuff there, but on both sides, but it's not
right.
indented like the other one was.
Right. So the bed overall looks like it's held pretty good. We lost our piece of plastic on here, which it happens all the time. I see this all the time.
That's been lost.
Yeah, that
That's
was
been lost.
early on. You have a 300,000 mile club here. You're a little outdated, I think.
Oh yeah, the other one came off.
You should have
You drove so
2
much
million
there.
miles.
Nice. Greg LeBlanc, I remember being at the dealership 8 years ago with you. That's a crazy dealership experience I had. And then so we had the Thunder right there. It looks like I got a little dent on this side, but
Yeah, they're huge over here. There's a lot of trucks.
I've seen
They're big. They're really big, dude. They would not fit on any of those
trucks
roads
with
in
200,000
India.
miles.
And they eat gas like they're going out of style. Let me just tell you.
Evidently, you forgot. If you go back to your videos, I told you all of that happened during Ida.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That was. Yep. Yeah. I put out a few videos here and there. I can't remember everything.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yep.
That's all Ida damage.
Yeah, it's all the hurricane damage.
Oh,
So
he's
but
got
that's,
hurricane
again,
damage.
I'm always
all right.
amazed when I see these
Not
trucks
bad.
how
He was
well
in
they
a
look,
hurricane.
considering how many miles and
go.
how much you drive with them.
And how dirty it is.
Yeah. Well,
And so everybody knows I've been working this morning.
yeah. Actually, like I said, I caught him en route to this place because he was delivering a load. That's how it worked out yesterday. We had a lot of back and forth in the airport with phone calls and booking flights and stuff like that. Any headlight replacements? Anything? Nothing there?
No.
Bulbs going out?
Oh yeah, bulbs. Oh,
The bulbs go out.
and the only bad thing is when the bulb goes out, you've got to go under here to get to it.
Oh. So then you got to take off part of the wheel lining and come around. Yep, go inside. Okay. So gone through some bulbs. All right.
Original case. It's broke, but it's original.
Yeah, that kind of broke like trap sorting. All right, and then so inside these seats, the driver's seat. Okay, so this is Imagine the Work Truck. Looks like, again, you live in this thing.
Yes, I do.
And then you said this broke early on.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
It works, but you know, it's
Yeah.
just, you know, it fits on here and the clip broke so.
and you don't really worry about it because the seat still moves back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's just a little aesthetic thing. What if I kill that?
Well, look out.
There we go. Okay, keys up. So the seat. I remember the prior truck seat. There was a little hole. There were 2 holes in a bolster right here, and we could only see that when we stretched it out like a deer skin. Like we really couldn't see it.
You talking about like this?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's a bigger rip right there. Yeah, the other seat looks like it held up better.
Well, the other seat just that tear was not on it before.
Yeah.
That happened with them.
Okay.
This one is me.
Okay. So there's our, this stuff wears down over time. Plastic came off. The center dash, center screen.
A lot of trash.
Yeah. Well, you live in this thing.
Oh,
right?
you got the stock
And then
screen
plus
on
the
it.
steering wheel looks like a few marks there, but not too bad. You've never had this replaced?
Oh no.
No. Okay. And then we have
no.
the dash back here. Which, by the way, I got friends over at this Pro Screen Tech place. They give you a discount code. You can put a little screen back there and makes it freshen up. It takes out the scratches and makes it really pop. It puts a little protective screen on like this screen here. I just put it on my new Ram truck. It's something to check out. Put a link in the comments on that one. It's a cool. That's like a PPF coating on there.
Okay.
And it brings it back to looking like brand new. So there is.
So in other words, you trying to say that don't look brand new?
Well, I'm just saying. Yeah, so what about, you remember last time I talked to you in the 2007 or 8?
2007.
You had like some hole up here, which you don't have here.
Right.
And a problem with the intermediate on the windshield wiper.
Mm-hmm.
And no problem there. Okay.
It's
Bluetooth
crazy,
still works
dude.
fine.
Everything works
I
fine.
cannot
Power
believe
windows,
it,
locks,
dude.
Air conditioner.
A million
heater.
miles on this
All right.
thing.
Okay, so let's hop in and I'll grab my camera and put on my GoPro. We'll talk more about maintenance. All right, now inside the truck, we'll talk about
This is not hot.
You see, I'm from Nebraska. It's hot down here.
I'm from Louisiana. This is not hot right now.
This is April. So I feel honored to sit in the passenger seat. You
Not
probably don't
many
use this.
No.
So let's talk about overall maintenance. It's always a big topic with these trucks. So people want to know the basic stuff, right? And what we've talked about over the years, we've texted and called for years, is the oil changes and intervals like this. And from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but you just follow the maintenance schedule that came with the truck. You don't play around with, I'm going to change it 3,000 miles or 6,000. I'm going to use this weight or that weight. You just run.
It comes with 1020, 020 weight, and that's what I use.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get everything done at Toyota, so.
You just go in and they do that, look at their books and they do this stuff. So, and you're pretty consistent around 10,000. I mean, sometimes you're probably in the road.
10,
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, in that realm.
I pushed it to almost 12 before.
Right, because you've been driving, you're out of town, whatever. What about like timing, is it in a timing belt?
No, this is the 5/7 timing chain.
So you never had to worry about the chain?
No, sir.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's no problem.
And what about like radiator flush and fills?
Never did it.
Never did it. Now let's talk about, I know you have an issue with the transmission. So let's talk about the transmission a little bit. I will adjust the seat just a little, well, no, there we go. Okay, fine. Okay. All right, let's talk about transmission because I know you had an issue with that. So what happened with transmission?
Okay, it started doing almost the same thing that the 2007 did. It, kind of not going in reverse well. So I took it back to the same place, and they call themselves trying to fix it, but they just kept keeping my truck. And the guy says, well, it's not shifting right. But I was losing money with the truck sitting at the, at the place. So finally one day I just went, he said, yeah, go ahead and take it. I took it, picked up a load, I drove to Houston, drove back, brought it back to him because, I needed to make some money.
Yeah, hey, everybody on Kick. Who's here? Sound off.
And I need to show that my truck was active. So then I left it there another roughly 2 weeks, and they still hadn't done anything. So I went in, they didn't charge me the full price, but I got the truck, drove it for roughly about maybe 80,000 miles. And when I'd go up a hill and stuff, I'd be doing 70 going up. And by the time I got to the top, I'm doing maybe 35 if I'm lucky.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that, yeah.
So I finally went to my buddy Jeff Miller at Greg LeBon Toyota, and he ordered me a reman transmission. And we got that switched out, and no problem since.
No problem since. Now, have you done like transmission fluid changes?
See, that's why I take the blame. I didn't do it on this one.
You didn't do it on this one. You did in the last one.
I did it on the last one.
But you ended up having the same issue.
Yeah, but on the last one, the one that I had the original, I waited too long to do it. I did, I know.
Yeah, I remember I talked to the service manager at Greg LeBlanc last time we did this, and we talked about transmission fluid fills because it's been a controversy online, lifetime transmission fluid, that kind of stuff. And her attitude, I think, was a smart attitude. If you're somebody like you, who's hauling and driving a lot, then yeah, you need to change it. But if you're somebody who's just going to drive around town,
right, because it's supposed to be a self-enclosed transmission that doesn't need to be maintenance.
Yeah.
But that's not for people that, if you're going to put high mileage and stuff.
Right. So it really depends on what your use case is. From my understanding of it, and talking to service advisors, talking to people like you. So if we have the transmission,
and it's good information to pick this guy's brain, so that you guys know out there how to get your Tundra to 1,000,000 miles.
the engine's been fine. You've done the spark plugs, whatever happens. You've done the belts. You don't mess the chain. You've done oil changes.
2 alternators.
2 alternators.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have an issue with the last one with a water pump.
No,
Was
never had a problem with the water pump. It got changed because if you got a vehicle and it has a timing belt on it, when they go in and change that water pump's right there. So it don't make sense not to change it, because if you don't,
Oh, that's been going on for years, buddy. You're just now learning about that? People are becoming plus size and diabetic in the US. Yeah. That's been going on since since McDonald's was introduced. And it's that high fructose corn syrup. Big time. High fructose corn syrup. And the whole McDonald's era, McDonald's generation. It's an obesity epidemic. But I think more than anything, it's the sugary drinks. And when you go to fast food, yeah, no. And I know I'm gaining a little bit of weight, but in my case, I'm excited about that, and that's a good thing because I was withering away.
If they come back and have to change that water pump, they're going to charge the same price as like changing the timing belt. So you get it done while it's down.
Okay, so no issues there.
None.
You've done, standard maintenance air filters. I'm assuming all that kind of stuff. Batteries, the same idea, last same amount of time. Any issues like shocks, drive shafts, anything going on there?
The rear bearings. I had to get something done with that. I don't remember what it was, but because it was kind of grinding.
Okay.
On the back.
On the back. Okay. What about the seat comfort? I mean, we talked about the one little Terra. Is it comfortable still?
It's comfortable, but it's not as comfortable as a 2007 seat. It's a totally different seat.
Okay. What about like brake pads? Somebody asked me about that question. That was an interesting question.
Honestly, because I do a lot of long driving and stuff, I probably at 250, 250, because mine's not a lot of stop and go.
Right, you're doing a lot of highway driving, right? Which is interesting. A lot of people have, I can hear the criticism online saying, well, if you just stop and go driving, it lasts as long, whatever, but you're still running the engine. This engine's still working. And engines actually, interesting enough, when I talk to engineering about this, engines love to run. And I think one of the things we don't do enough is we don't really drive our vehicles enough.
Yeah, you don't run
them. They don't operate as well. So, no issues. So you had that stuff there. I'm trying to think what
she wants to be on the road, you know what I mean?
else was coming up online that was an issue that people wanted to know about, and I can't think of anything. I think we covered all those little details.
Okay, let me think of anything that I can come up with. Like, I know whenever this vehicle gets right around 700 and some thousand, the gas mileage drops. So what I end up doing, not recommending y'all to do this. What I do is I just reset it. I disconnect the battery post, touch them, it resets in. Gas mileage goes back up and it slowly weighs down. But I don't understand it. But
so you notice
it's the same with this one and the last one
on the screen. Do you ever do the hand calculation to double check that?
Yeah.
And is it?
It's off. It's off.
It's off.
So right now it's showing 18.7. I'm probably somewhere right around 18.3, 18.4.
So off by half. It's not. Yeah. But in your world, because you're tracking every dollar, and fuel is part of your profit.
Yeah.
That you're looking for all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So that is interesting. 18.7 miles per gallon. This is a two-wheel drive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I always think that's interesting that you have two-wheel drive trucks. I got to remind myself.
Oh yeah. No.
We don't do really four-wheel drive everything I buy. But if you have any issues, like
and that's the thing. Like if you're gonna be mudding or going off-road, like Baja style, you want four-wheel drive. If you're gonna be working and hauling trailers, two-wheel drive is really the way to go, because you don't need all four wheels. You just need the power to go to the back wheels.
In the winter?
Wyoming's not the problem. It's North Dakota, South Dakota. Because at night, when it's like that, you can't see that black ice.
Yeah.
And that's for me, that's scary.
I agree. North Dakota's a little scary.
Now the only thing that's saving is the traction control on here. You'll see it as it's spinning. You'll see the track come on and off, so it helps.
What kind of octane are you running in this? Is it what's it based on here?
Well, let's see. What's those last two numbers? What those last two numbers? Not to take away the one.
Yeah. 85.3?
No, 87.
87. No, I was like, these trick questions, man. So you're running 87 octane because in Nebraska you run 85. So do you just
because I think
elevation changes just
exactly, and also that's it's called flex fuel, correct?
Yeah, flex fuel. That's what I got. I got the flex fuel. So I can't wait, man. I'm gonna run this thing to 1,000,000 miles if I can.
Yeah, this is not flex.
So you just
now you can get flex fuel, but
right. So 87 octane. Have you ever sat down and thought about how much money you spent in gas?
It's not bad.
No,
not bad.
Somebody asked me that question. I was thinking, I don't know.
Most people think it's bad. I'll run a number for you if you don't mind.
Sure. Like after all these years.
Because someone said, "Oh, he probably spends 250,000." No.
Yeah, you've seen the same comments I've seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show you the easiest way to figure it out. Let's say 900,000. Okay, I'm just using that number.
Yeah.
Okay, I get roughly, let's just say 18 miles to the gallon.
Okay.
Divided by 18 equals, 50,000. Now that's how many gallons, okay?
Right.
And this is the average of what I roughly pay times 2 point, and this is a good average.
$2.50 a gallon.
Yeah.
$125,000 in gas.
Yeah, that's not bad.
$125,000 just in gas over how many years? I think he said it took him like 7 years.
No, when you think about 1,000,000 miles.
Huh. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more because we only did it at 900, but
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it's not bad.
That's the cost of doing business. Interesting.
Yeah. That's not per year, by the way. That's not per year. That's over 900,000 miles. So however many years it took him to get to 1 million miles, which I think he said like 6 or 7, something like that. So you would take that 125,000, divide that by, like, let's just say 7 years to be safe. So that was what, 125,000 divided by 7. That's 17,000 a year. Well, yeah, and he said 250. So that, you know, that could be, it's definitely increased. Right now, it is, I just filled up the other day and it was $3.89 US. So I don't know how much that is by you. So let's say per year, he's probably spending like 17,000 on gas, which ain't bad.
We're going to end the video on this. Okay. 1 million miles in this truck. You've done it again. Congrats, as always.
Thank you.
What's the plan?
If Toyota would love to have the truck, we can talk about it. But other than that, the plan is to continue driving it till.
So, yeah.
It's not going to die, I can tell you that.
Okay. So you're going to run it off the trip odometer? Or you're going to track your miles that way?
The way I track my miles now is because, you know, like I was telling you.
1.1. Now, is that American or rupees? Well, you said dollars. So per liter, though, we use gallons. So now you got to convert that. Yeah, we use gallons. So that's per liter. I don't know how many liters are in a gallon.
Whenever I go and reset it, all of that resets, okay? Except for the 999. So what I do is, let's see, what did I do with my ticket? What I do is, for tax purposes also, all my tickets, I write the mileage that I ran that day on the ticket. So
when you can put in a spreadsheet, that all up. Well, like I said, it is impressive. I've never even heard of anybody doing 1 million miles twice. The windshield time you've spent in this.
I've probably changed, I've changed probably 2 windshields.
No.
Yes.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Wow, I think you've gone through a lot more than that, especially rocks and things.
Put it this way, if it says 2 years, if it cracks and they don't get to check it, you know, at the office, I'm riding it for 2 years. Unless it causes a problem. But no, basically 2 of them.
That is remarkable. 2 windshields and all that in your time. On the way back to the hotel, Vic called me. He had 2 other things come up in his mind as he's driving, as you'd imagine. 1 million miles, 8 years, a lot of stuff comes up. And so
8 years. 8 years. So less than 17,000 per year.
Said was he changed the fuel filters in the tank twice, about 400,000, 800,000. In the last truck he had only changed it once. He said he probably should have changed it twice that as well. He says
is 1 gallon. So it's about the same because you would multiply that times 3.7. So it might be a little more expensive. Yeah, so it would be 3.7 times 1.2. And that would give you the price per gallon.
they find there's like pinholes in the filters and they have to change that stuff
So it's more expensive there.
out as time goes on. And we also talk about drive shafts after the video. Interesting question that came up in the forums. I wasn't really aware of this being an issue, but it turns out it was. In the 2007 version of the truck, he actually went through 2 drive shafts. In this version, it didn't go through any. His feeling is that in the 2007 truck, he hauled heavier weight of things. In the 2014, he just didn't have the same type of loads. And so he said the drive shaft was like wobbly, and he could feel as if it was driving and just was out of balance. And so they actually changed the drive shaft out twice on that 2007 and not once on the 2014.
And folks, just so y'all know, I'm not on social media that often, so please don't think I'm ignoring y'all if y'all send a question to me.
Yeah, no.
Every once in a while I'll get to it, but you know, it's not that I'm ignoring you.
No, you're driving. It's hard to do Facebook and drive.
No, but even when I'm home, I barely. I'll post something and then I'm.
Right, he lives in that truck.
I bought it way too much. I can say that much. So.
Well, that's your business, though.
I know. It's all right. I think this is great. I hope you learned something in this video. I hope you got something out of it. Make sure you check us out on the website, pickuptrucktalk.com. Other videos up over here. Includes more stuff. We have a whole like 3 or 4 videos by now. We've done backstory, how we found each other, talked on the phone different times. I have a bunch of videos on the channel about that. All right, from both of us, we will see you down the road.
Peace out.
Pittsburgh is
nice. Yeah, so I can't wait. Hopefully we get to see some IRL streams in the future. Might have to make a new channel because it doesn't necessarily fit the tech, but you know, do some boondock camping with the Tundra. Yeah, there it is. There's the original one. They had a gold one originally, 1,000,000 mile Tundra with its, it says original V8. Oh, here it is. So this is like an engineer talking
Like
about.
you have this Tundra here in front of your lobby. What is this about?
Well, we just brought this truck in. This is a truck with 1 million miles on it. One of our customers down in Louisiana has this truck. He does hot shot delivery, basically for the oil companies. One of the first trucks that came out of this plant with a 4.7 liter V8 engine in it. And he puts about 125,000 miles on a year. So in the time he's owned this truck, he put 1 million miles. And after I heard that he had 1 million miles on his truck, I asked our marketing group to purchase the truck because I want to tear it down.
Oh wow, is this the teardown video? No way.
It's you know, it's original engine. He's had only a little bit of.
So yeah, they tore it down. They tore this thing apart.
Repair done on it at 770,000 miles. Reverse went out on the truck.
Okay.
He's put an alternator and 1 water pump in this truck.
Can we pop the hood and check?
Oh, absolutely. This is all original powertrain.
That's crazy, dude. There it is, 4.7 V8.
Like I said, he put a water pump, he put an alternator on it. New timing chain, so he had regular maintenance done on it. So he's done, I think, 117 oil changes, and he's had the timing chain replaced twice.
This is
Look at that.
one owner, basically, one repair facility.
One owner that went to one dealership that always say service.
Oh, hang on. Ooh, some canes. We're raising canes, folks. We're raising canes, folks. Cat and Cooper are home. I was just going over the. Oh no. You okay, buddy? Oh. Yeah. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Hey, we're back. Cat and Cooper are here, and they brought, oh my God, Raisin Canes. I'm losing my fork. How's everybody doing there? Don't mind me. We're gonna eat some lunch while we watch this, another video on this million-mile tundra. Yeah, so I watched a video of the guy with the million-mile tundra. Huh? It's not here. Oh, we watched a video on the guy that owned the million-mile tundra, and he did it twice. And this is the first one that he did. And this is the engineer at Toyota talking about it, because I guess they went to the facility to see the truck. So
this truck. So it's, you know, the powertrain's amazing.
That's what I said. I'm going to drive.
So that makes it interesting.
White Fang to 1 million miles.
Like I said,
Let's
the
go.
reverse went out at 770,000. He had that fixed, and it's in.
I think this one was 2007 or 2008, something like that. And then they bought it back and gave him a new one.
The same transmission. He just had the transmission repaired. But other than that, you know, the rear depth.
Huh? Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
The drivetrain's all the same. And that's interesting to me, but what's more interesting to me is what the body looks like. And that's really why I want to tear the truck down. I want to look at all the spot welds. I want to see, you know, what the body, from the body inputs of him hauling almost 100% of the time, what that's done to the body itself from a strength and durability. And the other aspect is something.
Yeah, this is vital. And it's, it's crazy to think that the Tundras, the new Tundras are failing so bad when they bought the million-mile Tundra back from this guy to check out all the welds, all the engineering, everything. And then for them to fuck it up so bad. Unacceptable.
Simple like the front seat. That's a lot of hours sitting in a seat
Unacceptable.
on a lot of miles. And we want to look at the seat structure and the foam.
Can we look in the interior?
Yeah, you know, and the amazing thing is
It makes it seem almost intentional.
Yeah. It really does. Especially when they're not upholding their warranties and making people pay like $4,000 and $5,000 to get a new engine that should have been new out of the box.
For a guy who uses this for a work truck, the interior is just incredible.
Yeah, and it's also good because he didn't baby this thing, right? One might say, yeah, you babied it because he did all the oil changes on time, but other than taking it in for oil changes and doing whatever else they find, he didn't really like baby it, and he used it as a work truck. So it was a work truck. He beat this thing up.
Whoa. So, I mean, even the driver's seat, okay, it has a small tear, right? But it looks almost new. I mean, it's hard to believe this.
Yeah, you know, my expectations when I saw it, because the owner of this truck was actually a really large man, and my expectation.
And the guy's like 300 pounds. So on top of hauling all this heavy ass equipment to oil rigs, he's hauling himself.
Where that the seat fabric at least would be wore out.
I mean, it could have helped counteract the weight, you know, like he's got some weight in the back, but you know, he's like, wow, it's remarkably stable. Yeah, because you're a big boy.
You know, we've seen trucks with 100 or 200,000
You're a
miles
big
on
boy.
it. And your expectations are that,
No,
you know,
I'm saying
from
it
what we call
like in a
ingress,
sweet
sliding
way.
in
He's
and
big-
out of the
he's
seat,
just a
that
big
the fabric
dude.
would just
He's a
wear
big
and
old
be down
teddy
the foam.
bear.
Or the seat frame is broken. One of the things that Victor
You know, and the seat looks good. Like, he's a big guy. We just watched another video of the guy. He's a big dude.
complained to me about, the owner complained to me about, is the sun visor detents are a little weak now from all the use. And that was one of his quality complaints.
So he was hauling most of the time, right?
I'm not fat shaming, believe me. I'm newly fat, so yeah, well, I'm not touching that one, folks.
He was hauling and towing. So he
I'll fat shame myself, but I won't fat shame her. I ain't touching that one.
he did
Yeah, look at that. Look at the bed. And look at how scratched up it is, and there's only like a tiny little bit of rust right there.
deliveries for the oil company. And
no bed liner.
It's seen some use, a lot of load.
No bed liner, but not a lot of
And,
rust.
you can see the dents from
See, there's a little
large
bit
oil
of
pumps being put in,
patina
and pump
there,
heads, and
here and there, but for that many scratches, that should be, you would think it should be
controllers and all
rusty
sorts
as
of
hell.
stuff. That's back here. And then he towed with the truck as well for the larger items.
Well, what do you say? He signed it. Look at this. What does that say? Oh, that's probably his name. Victor Shepard. Already missing my baby. The Beast. Hope to see you again. That's sweet. And he was a sweet, like I said, he's a big dude. He's a big old teddy bear. Oh, there he is. Team Texas, thank you for building the best truck. Mike. Okay, Sinners? Something like that.
Awesome. Well, this is a unique truck, and it's kind of amazing the condition. It's in.
Yeah, again, it was.
And it's a two-wheel drive, like I said. Two-wheel. Just like ours. So it's a two-wheel, just like ours. Yeah. If it's 4x4, it'll say 4x4 on it. Ours is just rear only, and that's better for towing and hauling. Four-wheel is for like off-roading and, you know, going over rocks. If you're going to be out on off-road a lot, you want four-wheel. If you're going to be on the highway hauling and towing, you want a two-wheel.
But it's just amazing to see someone in, you know, since 2007 that can put 1 million miles on a truck.
Ah, there we go. 2007. So it was a 2007.
And that's pretty rare. So we really wanted to get into the nuts and bolts and understand all the aspects and what we can improve for the future.
We're doing a towing MPG test.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they lost their notebook. Apparently, he said we want to get into the nuts and bolts of it so we can, you know, look toward the future. Yeah, well, someone lost the notebook on
2016 Ford F-150 with a 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine. But we're also changing the rules, and I'll explain coming up right now.
What is this? Oh, that was it? I thought there was more to it. They didn't tear it down. Womp womp. Womp womp. Well, that was it. So, God bless that guy. Just move it away. And by cats, she means me. What? I mean... I'll eat it.
Is known to steal a chicken nugget.
Oh, he did the other day. He fucking snagged a chicken nugget so quick, jumped down and like hid like under the little stoop over here. And I had to grab him and I just said, drop it, Frank. It was wild. It was a wild time to be alive, let me tell you. Yeah, our cat's Frank. So there you go, guys. The greatest truck in existence, the Toyota Tundra. We finally got one, and her name is White Fang. So we are live over on the TikTok. If you don't like the tickin' the talkin', come on over to YT, the red one, for a better viewing experience. Or we got the green one too. You can hit us up on the green app. Brazilla likes the green app. So what should we watch next, guys? What do you think? Says I got 5 viewers, but Brazilla is the only one talking, so. We got Brazilla and a couple lurkers, huh? If you want. Yes, I do. Yes, trust me. Uh-oh. You want some? Want some? Sip, sip, sip. What kind of drink is this? Yes, Dr. Pepper. We love it. He's back for more. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's sharp.
That's a crisp Dr. Pepper.
That is a crisp Dr. Pepper. Mm. Yeah, this is a good chicken. It does. It's this basically a Zaxby's. Raising Cane's, I'm calling you out for being a more expensive Zaxby's. Is it more expensive?
I don't think it's more expensive.
They seem pretty expensive. I don't know. I just drove by, I think, and looked at the prices, and I was like,
Yeah, I got him a kids meal, and I got a set meal that we split.
Mm-hmm.
It was $20.
That's expensive.
Yeah, but it's actually so expensive too.
These days, I'm sure it is.
Honey, I got you an apple juice.
Oh yeah, you got apple juice. Get out of here.
Mmm.
Feeling my Dr. Pepper.
No.
I've had one sip. I literally haven't touched it since she gave it to me.
Well, it's all yours now, baby.
Is it?
It just is so good.
Koopy says, we'll see about that.
When you're eating. Well, this is how God's made and I differ. Or Sam Speed. Whatever.
Either way.
Sam Speed.
Yeah. Whatever.
You don't drink that much while you're eating. I'm like, take a bite, take a sip, take a bite, take a sip.
That's how you're supposed to eat.
Yeah. Well, you do it like you stop halfway through, you take a couple sips, and then you do it at the end.
Yeah, so Brazil, how come you like kick better? Is it just because of the latency? Is it the latency issue? But yeah. Oh, I can show you guys the headlights. Let me see. Counts, orders. Yeah. So. Yes. Let's see. These are the headlights I picked up for White Fang. And the reason I chose these ones. Nice. The reasons I picked up these ones because we named her White Fang, and these have little White Fang running lights. I thought that was super cute, and they're cool looking. So they look kind of like eyeballs, which I really like the kind of spotlight look. They are xenon. They're halogen type, but again, you can replace the bulbs with LED, right? So this one comes with, which I thought was weird, right? So these are probably older version, older style. They come with the halogen, and that's a big difference, right? Big differentiation, because I think certain year Tundras originally have halogens, and then at a certain year they switched over to stock LEDs, so that changed some of the wiring and stuff inside. So there was 2 different versions of this light that you could pick up, but I like the look of it. So I went ahead and bought some LEDs, H7, that will fit in these. I do have yellow running lights. I did buy, or not running lights, but these little lights at the bottom, the fog lights, those are yellow, because yellow fog lights cut through fog better than white fog lights. So I got some yellow fog lights, but I really like the look of these. The turn signal is better, I think, too, because on the original Tundra headlights, the turn signal is like on the inside of the headlight, and these ones, the turn signal is sequential, so it'll go from this side out, so it's like, and then when it's not doing the turn signal, it's just all white. So when you're not turn signal, it's got the White Fang running lights, and then when it does the turn signal, it's sequential, so it goes, and it like goes from left to right, I believe. But I thought these looked super cool. I bought lights to replace these ones, so it'll be halogen, or not halogen. And then, like I said, it's the turn signals. It's got the white fangs on them. So really, that's why I got this particular model. They were expensive, but I think worth it, because the headlights in it are not, they're not that bright. They're not that great. So be getting these soon. Maybe I'll do a stream on the install. I don't know yet, but what is this guy doing? Oh, smart. That's smart. Let's see. OpenAI is not okay. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey,
I like
Shark
clownfish.
Tank, Shark Tank. I'm a huge fan. Hey, what is your
he's
number
a
one
huge
tip
fan.
for saving money? Easy.
Goodbye.
So I think we're starting to see a lot of indicators that OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT and Sora, RIP, we're starting to see that they're in big trouble. I mean, big trouble. Like, I think this company is completely screwed. I think they're going to wind up selling to Microsoft or NVIDIA or one of these other tech companies.
Oh, yeah.
The dog and pony show is getting old. I think investors are tired of this company bleeding out money, and they're supposedly going to go public here pretty soon. I don't know how that's going to work out for them. They just shut down Sora, which we're talking about. That killed $1 billion Disney deal they had. And now they're talking about shutting down, which I didn't know they were doing this, an erotic chatbot. So that's like, sex bot.
You talking about the water trickling? I don't know.
Which we talked about, and that killed $1 billion Disney deal they had. And now they're talking about shutting. We talked about the bleeding out money, and they're supposedly going to go public here pretty soon. I don't know how that's going to work out for them. They just shut down Sora, which we talked about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was for him to drill through granite is what he was doing there. So we'll see if it shows back up, but I'll show you what he was doing there.
And that killed $1 billion Disney deal they had. And now they're talking about shutting down, which I didn't know they were doing this, an erotic chatbot. So that's like
what?
Sexbot 3000 or Cherry 2000. Yeah, they're shutting it down. And it just seems like they're shutting down a lot of services to try to streamline to get to a place where people can at least believe that they have a plan. I don't think this company has a plan. I think they've been fiddling around for the last couple of years now, trying to come up with some new toys that they think are going to be the next big thing. And in the case of Sora, it only lasted a few months and then they pulled the plug on it. It was actually going pretty well. I guess people played around with it at first. It didn't really take off the way they thought. And none of these products that they're coming up with are like the killer app, right? It's not, it's not even like Grok. Like ChatGPT, I'm gonna be honest, of all the models that I have used, ChatGPT is the worst. Yet it is the most widely adopted. But it's dog shit. It really is not good. And they've got their partners are kind of going behind their backs, coming up with some other plans. I know Microsoft is talking about not having to rely on OpenAI for compute, which means they're probably going to do it themselves. I just did another video today about how they're teaming up with NVIDIA to build nuclear power plants. So I got to wonder if they're just going to cut OpenAI out of this completely, and we're not going to know
actually are
5 years. Nobody's going to know who Sam Altman is.
Opening up power plants for
every time I
AI.
see this guy, he always looks nervous. Like he always looks like he's getting ready for the other shoe to drop. And the reality is he might be. It's not looking good for them. So we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We do talk about tech over here because it intersects with pop culture now. It's all the same thing, right? It's all kind of gels together. This is Neon. This is Clownfish TV, and this is an article from The Atlantic. OpenAI's identity crisis. The company's sudden decision to pull the plug on Sora is a sign of deep trouble. It is.
Yeah.
Sora's going to be dead soon. Yesterday, OpenAI said it was shutting down the app and terminating public access to its video-generating technology. The decision was seemingly abrupt. Just a few months ago, Disney announced plans to invest $1 billion in OpenAI as part of a licensing deal. Even some Sora staffers themselves were reportedly caught off guard by the announcement. Online people eulogized Sora by posting their favorite videos, such as one featuring a column of spinning penguins, and another one in which Jesus walks on water. Actually, the one I've seen posted the most, the cat playing the fiddle on the back porch.
Yeah, I always
in
like the
September,
smell of it.
Sam Altman predicted that society was about to undergo a stunning artistic revolution. Creativity could be about to go through a Cambrian explosion, but such a revolution never materialized. It's not that people hate AI slop. In fact, if anything, people seem to have a surprising appetite for it. In response to request for comment, an OpenAI spokesperson pointed me to a public statement that cites compute demand as a key factor in the company's decision. Basically, none of this shit's worth it. Just because we can do something doesn't mean it's necessarily viable, right? And it could be another decade or two until AI, as these startups imagine it, actually exists or is actually affordable enough to make it worth it. Now, the problem is that if AI is going to be out of the realm of possibility for most people, the government and the big corporations, of course, are going to have access to the compute to power their own stuff, but the rest of us are not going to. That's what I think is actually going to happen. Sora has been a real financial drain in the fall. Forbes estimated that Sora might be costing OpenAI millions of dollars per day.
Making some
videos
cool
a lot harder to generate
images
than static images or text responses. Bill Peoples,
and
who
medical
leads Sora, said the
stuff.
economics
I
were
think
completely
medical
unsustainable. That was only
stuff
6
is
months
where we
ago.
really need
The decision
to be
to
using
quickly spin up a
AI.
project and then suddenly pull the plug has become a classic OpenAI move.
Does it help
The company has spent the
Kat
past few years
figure
cycling
out
through new
that she had
product features and
MCAS?
business models with spectacular haste in an attempt to find a way to
Almost.
profitability. OpenAI seems to finally
How
be
long
learning that
did it
slop is
take
not a business strategy.
take you to
All things
figure
have a
that
great
out,
how
honey?
OpenAI intends to make money. We have no idea how we may one day.
No, using ChatGPT. Like, how long did it take? You put on all your symptoms, and how long did it take to figure out, like, hey, you might have MCAS? There you go. So in 30 minutes, her entire lifetime of fucking problems was solved by ChatGPT. Like, you know what? You might have MCAS. And then you look up MCAS, and son of a bitch, that's everything that's been going on with me.
Doctors told me.
And the doctors are like, you're crazy.
Yeah,
You probably have what?
attention seeking. I went in for back problems. They told me that I was seeking drugs. I've never taken
Yeah.
drugs in my
Oh,
life.
you just want drugs. Yeah. You want some pain meds? Yeah. Take the edge off. Is that it?
I've never
No,
taken
I
drugs.
actually have a disease that causes my body to swell up. How about you? How you doing, Doc? Fuckface.
I'm sure he's dead now.
Good. What? But it took. Yeah, good. It took, ChatGPT 30 minutes to figure it out. Right? That's what I'm saying. This is what we need to be using AI for stuff that will benefit humanity. Meanwhile, they don't know what the fuck to do with it at OpenAI. Like, you guys are so dumb. So dumb. So dumb. So dumb. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Right?
Not your husbands.
One day generate revenue. Yeah, like 900 million people use ChatGPT.
Because they're
a lot of those people
graping
don't pay for it. They use the
everybody.
free version, which is even
No.
a bigger pile of dog shit than the paid version. But that's a drop in the bucket compared to the amount of money.
Country, body scan, like Turkey, try China or Mexico.
A full body scan of what?
Turkey, they do $300
Oh.
to go. They scan your entire body and they'll tell you like everything that's wrong with you.
I'll scan
Why
it.
do people still live in America?
America kind of sucks.
It definitely sucks. It's the worst.
Yes, we had some French fries. They weren't the greatest. Dude, we had some we went to Taco Bell the other day at the right hour. I don't know what it was. They must have just changed the oil. They were the crispiest, hottest fucking nacho fries we ever had. They were so good. I will remember those fries always. So good. So good. But you know, like the right temperature too, like not burn your face off hot, but like you put them in your mouth and they're nice and hot and crispy. It was just like perfect. Because I do like loaded fries, but I don't like soggy fries. So it's like, I want them to be crispy. It's a texture thing, it is. I want them to be crispy, but I do want them to be loaded sometimes, but they still got to be crispy, you know? And a lot of times you can overload the fries, and then it's just like a soggy mess. Kind of like with nachos too. Loaded nachos are great for like 5 minutes, and then the chips soak up everything, and they're fucking disgusting. There, I said it. So, yeah, with loaded nachos, like, they need to just put the loaded on a plate and give me a pan of nachos that I can dip into the loaded, or take a fork and put it on there, because loaded nachos are horrible. Yeah, loaded fries. Yeah, yeah. Hot chicken loaded fries. Yeah. Yeah, and see, like, stuff like that, you know, hot Brazil.
Okay, he would like the mountain melt at Ale House.
Oh, there you go. Mountain melt. Here, let's look it up.
Cheese and green onions and
Let's
sour cream and ranch.
let's look it up. What's it called? Mountain melt
Yeah.
at Ale House?
Yeah.
Let's see. Miller's Ale House. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. I just farted looking at that. There they are. Ooh. Can you see that? I don't know if I can zoom in. Can we zoom? Zoom, mother. There it goes.
I have little bacon bits. I forgot about that.
Whoa, what happened? I sure did. I didn't know. But it's doing the actual screen. That's crazy. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like screwing my screen up over here. Look at those mother... Those. That looks AI generated. What the... Yeah, I didn't want the magnifier to fire off Microsoft. I don't know how the hell you did that, but whatever. Okay. Tomato sauce is filled in so much. What do you mean tomato sauce? I don't see no tomato sauce.
It's buffalo sauce. So
It's buffalo sauce. Yeah, I can't really see. This is butter. Yeah, why does that open? I'm trying to zoom in on here. I don't know why it opens in. Yeah, it's not tomato sauce, it's buffalo sauce, but you get the idea, right? They're like chicken wings that are loaded with sauce and chives and cheese on a bed of fries. So I farted just looking at that, and you will too. And then you got the zinger salad, so you can get the fried on your salad. But yeah, Zinger's Mountain Melt, order now at an ale house near you. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Where am I? Yeah, let's go to images. Oh, thank y'all. So that's what it really looks like, I guess. Why can't I zoom in on this? Come on, man. They're killing me here with this. Like, it's bigger here than it is over there. Whatever. So, whoa, that one's cheesy. Oh, it's all get out. So, you get the idea. Extra tasty, crispy. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know if I've had that one before, but again, the loaded, it tends to dark mode, please, please, for the love of God, dark mode. So we got the white fang headlights coming at ya. I'm excited. Super excited to get these. Anyway, we're gonna get those. Oh, we were doing AI stuff.
OpenAI is burning. So after ChatGPT's success a few years later, investors began pouring money into OpenAI. The startup is now worth more than Toyota, Coca-Cola, and Disney combined. Investors like to see returns. So far, OpenAI hasn't done much to prove that it's capable of generating enough cash to stay out of the red. Yeah, actually, everyone has been talking about how they think the other shoe is going to drop pretty soon. And if OpenAI implodes, that is going to set off a chain reaction that could signal that the bubble has officially burst for AI. That, yeah, the technology is there. We have access to it, but the barrier is the cost. And the cost and the resources required currently to make AI sustainable for everyday use.
Yeah, not to mention how much money they've already fucking dumped into it. They're never getting that back.
Right. Last summer, Altman described OpenAI as 4 separate companies: a consumer tech business, a massive scale infrastructure project, an AI research lab, and an incubator for new stuff. What? OpenAI has a corporate partnership with the Atlantic. The trouble with trying to do everything is that sometimes you end up doing nothing well. Sora is the latest casualty in a long string of abrupt reversals, about faces, and seemingly sloppily implemented projects. Last year, Altman announced a massive joint AI infrastructure build-out with Oracle and SoftBank called Stargate. That stalled out, reportedly following poor leadership and poor coordination. In 2024, they said that combining ads and AI would be a last resort, and now they're putting ads in ChatGPT. OpenAI originally banned not safe for work content, but now, guess what? They're like, yeah, we're going all in on sex bots, but nope, we're not doing sex bots now. But when compared with its peers, OpenAI's strategy is especially chaotic. The company's plans are seemingly always provisional. No partnership or product roadmap feels guaranteed. NVIDIA walked back a commitment to invest up to $100 billion. But then, yeah, they invested, but not as much. OpenAI's haphazard business strategy has left the company to deal with an identity crisis. Yeah, now they're trying to copy Anthropic. After scrolling through Iran deepfakes and Altman's account on the platform, I was curious to see what the company CEO might have to say about the end of Sora. The last time Altman appears to have posted on the app was 6 months ago, back when the app launched. Perhaps that should have been a foreboding sign. Yeah, I don't think they know what they are. And Sam Altman seems like he has ADHD or something. I swear to God. Like he's jumping from thing to thing. I mean, really, they might be better off getting rid of him. They want to save the company. But this was last month. A lot of people are predicting the AI bubble is going to pop.
Oh yeah.
And I think that OpenAI,
it's already popping.
When that happens,
look at this guy.
That is going to signal the official pop. I think what's going to happen eventually is Microsoft and NVIDIA, because they're already massive companies, they will just kind of take over that space.
Yeah, they're just going to gobble this company up. They're going to let them fail. I think, and that's probably the plan all along, right? They let them fail so that the stock price tanks, and then Microsoft or NVIDIA just run in and scoop up all the stock for pennies on the dollar.
There's not enough room for everybody. Actually, Microsoft could theoretically absorb OpenAI, but I think the AI...
They're not going to do it right now. They're going to let them fail.
AI arms race is going to end kind of like the streaming wars, where everybody raced for streaming and they raced for content and they tried to build their platform or whatever. This is where all the money was going. Massive amounts of money spent on the streaming wars. And now Hollywood is in worse shape than it was before streaming because the whole thing collapsed. I think that's going to happen with AI too. I think AI is a useful tool. I don't think it's anywhere near as capable as what people are hoping for, and not for the trade-off in power consumption or expense, right? Just because you can do something doesn't mean it makes sense to do it. It actually, in a lot of ways, probably is cheaper to just hire people to do it. But I think we're gonna hit peak AI here pretty soon. For now, the whole thing is gonna collapse. We're gonna have a few clear leaders in that space, a lot of other casualties, and there's going to be a lot of damage done to the tech industry, the computer industry, because we're already seeing the chip shortages and all that stuff. And it does remind me of what happened with the streaming wars in Hollywood.
Not to mention all of the component need. So electricity, components, it's driven the price of RAM up, the price of graphics cards through the roof, all these things. So if you want to get into gaming or you want to buy a new computer, it's almost impossible to do so right now because of these idiots.
Where now a lot of people are tuning out. Like, yeah, streaming has basically just become cable TV, but people aren't subscribing to like 50 different streaming services because they can't. Nobody can afford that. Some people are just going back to watching MeTV on their antenna, for God's sake, because they're like, we can't do this, right? And
anyway, Be sure to give Clownfish a subscription. I'm gonna take another quick break. Gotta get a refresh on my drink. Get up and stretch, walk around, move around. You guys do the same. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. Had to get a refresh on my drink. Let's see here. Had to change Koopy because Koopy had some dirty diaper. Of course, you guys wanted to know that. But we're back. We're back, guys. So any other tech videos you guys feel like watching? I'll look up Microsoft stuff here in a minute. I don't really have anything else to talk about right at the moment. Haven't heard any other tech news. Anybody else hear any good stuff out there? Any good stuff out there? Is that working, Coop? Oh, it might be on the screen up there. He's playing that Hot Wheels game, but it might be like one that you have to play on the screen. Oh yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we'll take a look on Discord. Actually, let's just real quick, we'll look up, see what Microsoft's up to, shall we? Microslop. Ooh, 50 billion lost. I love Sam time. Microslop goes nuclear. Here, let's look.
I just built a budgeting app with Base
Oh,
44.
again with the Base
Nina
44.
just built an app.
So we can all build apps now?
I'm on lunch.
I gotta make a call.
I'll be right back.
Just built an inventory tracker.
No, thank you.
Guys, if I click undo on Copilot, do we get our $50 billion back? No. What about our credibility? Both gone. Well, what's the point? Oh, hi there. I'm Sam Tucker from Microslop. And you may have
This guy's hilarious. I love this guy. Sam Tucker.
heard recently that we will soon begin reducing some of the AI bloat in Windows. Because even
we finally broke through to them, guys.
We'll admit we got a little carried away with Copilot. I mean, we named our new computers after him, gave him a dedicated button on the keyboard, heck, even named our whole office suite after him. Personally, I knew it was getting bad when Copilot showed up in Paint to help.
In Paint? To help you? Paint.
Make your images look better, when really, no one expects anything coming from Paint to look good. Heck, this guy could make better pictures in Excel. Just look at him, Bob Ross in that spreadsheet. And so, moving forward, Copilot will still be in all these examples I mentioned, but he won't be coming to these new ones. Such as, in 2024, we showed off Copilot suggestions at the top of the Settings app to help you find things and get things done. Surprisingly, there was no suggestion of just staying with the old Settings app. That one was fine. All it had was things like fix audio problems.
I know, and it couldn't even do that right. You okay? Does he need something? Oh, I think I know what he wants. COOKIES. We don't. She can whip them up though in like 5 minutes. I saw her do it yesterday.
Although, I don't think audio is Windows' biggest problem right now. Next, we're scrapping Copilot being so integrated in the File Explorer app. Previously, we showed Copilot in there with options like to remove photo backgrounds, seemingly through the power of Paint. However, that won't be there anymore. Instead, we'll probably remove backgrounds with Excel. I mean, it can do everything. And the third feature we showed was Copilot popping up in your notifications and suggesting its own reply to your emails. And that too will be going away, which unfortunately will force our users to use their brains. Or ChatGPT, if they're still in business, because we're considering suing them over a $50 billion deal that they did with the devil to host their new AI products on Amazon's web servers instead of our Azure servers, which might break an agreement we had with them. And if that battle goes ahead, all hell could break loose.
Round one, fight.
Nerd one.
I mean, sure. All hell could break loose.
Round one.
Nerd one, nerd two.
Fight.
I mean, sure, they have the Pentagon, but we have more powerful weapons.
Oh, there he is.
Fire, blue screen of death, black screen of death, red ring of death, and the latest Windows update of death.
Fatality.
The all-new rollback of Slop Pilot. If we had $1 for every time we overpromised on AI, we'd have Apple Intelligence. I mean, Apple stuffs up AI too. Why don't they slopify their name? You know, iOS?
I love this guy. Love this guy. Hey, isn't Apple coming out? Oh, no. What happened? Did you try the Hot Wheels game? Was it? I'll have to re-download it. Because he wants to play Hot Wheels. Yes. No? He does not want to play Hot Wheels. Which is a fun game, by the way. But I downloaded it for the Wii U, and it doesn't seem to be loading. Let's take a look at it real quick. Wii U. Wheels. Oh, not wheeled. Yeah, so I downloaded this one, but it doesn't seem to be loading on there, so I might need to like download it again. Take a look. Buy it. Rent it. Do it.
With Hot Wheels is
Okay.
Hot Wheels, world's best driver. You know, I played with Hot Wheels as a kid, as I'm sure most of you did, unless you were one of those Matchbox families. Which is why I find this game so odd, because this title is just not good, because it's kind of boring and the controls are terrible. Now the story is about you as a driver who's trying to become the world's best, so you rent out an airfield, I guess. It was a very strange setup. The airfield is the hub that you choose what you want to do, but honestly it feels unnecessary. You can explore the place, but most of the time there's really nothing to see. Really the only place that you might go is the mission selection or the team change area. There is a tutorial area and an achievements area, but these areas could have easily been made into one part, and it kind of feels like they separated them to pad out this airfield hub. Now you can play as one of 4 different kinds of teams. Green, blue, yellow, or red. They each specialize in their own kind of racing or things to do. The green team is about racing and speed, the blue team is for people who like to drift, the yellow team likes to push things around and use the power of their cars to do things, and the red team is all about doing tricks. You get to choose the car that you drive before you start up. Different teams will have different cars for you to drive. There are even motorcycles for you to choose from sometimes. Not all the vehicles are unlocked from the start. You're going to need to do well in the missions to unlock other events or vehicles. While most of the training missions landed in the, okay, this might be something I might use to train with, sort of feel, there were some missions out there that were just downright bonkers. Like a level that had you going through an obstacle course Wipeout style. In what reality would they ever set this thing up? And when would you ever actually come into a situation where this would be handy? Or how about using your car to move boxes or equipment? How lazy can you be? Worse yet, they encourage you to dump it in the ocean. So not only is this guy lazy, he's a polluter as well. Where's Greenpeace when you really need them? There's also a mission where you could use a snowmobile to do tricks off a skateboard ramp. This is one of the ones I thought was probably okay because I know there's trick snowmobile events out there, but there's no way if they set this thing up that someone's not going to come out dead. Ooh, put an ad on Craigslist. We're going to need a new driver. You can get up to 3 medals per mission. They're based on your performance, and I do like how they showed you at the bottom left corner.
I feel like Cooper would like this game,
and
but
these medals, like I said before, will help you unlock other events and vehicles. The problem is, and it's really the main problem with this game, is the controls. They're terrible.
I'll have to try
the game expects you to do
re-downloading it.
tricks or drifting, or just maybe driving in a straight line. But the whole time the car will fight you. There is
so
no
far,
stabilization
yeah.
at all. So
So far, this guy's like, this game is terrible. So maybe he
if you
won't
want to move
like
your
it.
car towards a different part of the track, it'll abruptly move in that direction. Then if you're going to want to fix it, it's going to move it in the other direction. So you're going to feel like you're drunk driving around the track. It was just so
Alright.
bad. One of the most annoying parts about this game is that it's obviously made for kids. Did the creators of this title really believe that kids would be able to play this game with
Yeah,
such
no.
tight controls? They should have taken a page out of the Mario Kart series. You don't feel like you're going all over the place in a Mario Kart game because they actually took the time to make good controls.
Right.
Now there is an online leaderboard, which is a bit of a joke because I was terrible at the game and I still got a high score for everyone to beat. So it occurs to me I must be one of the only people playing this game, me or
Yeah.
other reviewers. Now there are achievements for you to earn if you care, and there are things for you to unlock, but you won't because there's no chance you're going to buy this game. Hot Wheels World's Best Driver tried to make something fun, but its controls and overall feel killed it. Even if you could somehow master the very
yeah.
tight controls,
And I can't stand a game that has terrible controls.
the whole game is basically a practice mode. Sure, you could race other computer players in some missions, but it was just so vanilla and boring, you just won't care. There's nothing here worth your time or money, so I think you should just skip it.
Skip it. Thanks, dude. Okay, well, never mind. Never mind. Won't be re-downloading that one. Microslop goes nuclear. This one was 22. Oh, yes. I did hear something about that. Let's see.
So Microsoft can't even get Windows 11 working right, and now they're going to help build nuclear power plants. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? So we're going to talk about this before we get into any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. This is Neon. This is Clownfish TV, and this could be a potential disaster if Microsoft and NVIDIA launch an AI partnership to speed up nuclear power plant permitting and construction per Tom's hardware. They're going to use simulation tools and generative models. It could hasten historically lengthy processes. Yeah, let's just vibe code the nuclear permits. Let's just vibe code the safety checks.
No. They're not going to use AI to optimize nuclear power plants, are they? That sounds like a fucking terrible idea. Especially given the latest Microsoft code. Absolutely the fuck not.
Let's just put Homer Simpson in charge.
Right? Should just put
Again,
Homer Simpson in charge.
I love this. I'm sorry I caused a nuclear meltdown. That's on me, and it will never happen again. Yeah, if they just blow up a couple of times.
I'm sorry I caused a nuclear meltdown. That's on me, and it will never happen again.
That they just caused a nuclear disaster.
Are they seriously? They have to be doing all this on purpose at some point. At some point, you have to think, okay, they're doing this on purpose.
They just caused Chernobyl. You know, that's okay. They can just release a blog post and say, yeah, we're sorry, guys. We're sorry.
Yeah, they'll just do a system update.
So the article says Microsoft and NVIDIA have announced an AI-powered collaboration to accelerate the development and deployment of nuclear power plants that will power AI data centers in turn. So they're basically building more power plants to power the AI. right? So we're just gonna have the robots just designed to
Good.
build their
They
own
should
power
be
plants to power
funding
themselves.
that.
And
I don't
they even
want
need us.
my bill going
The
up,
partnership
which it
described in
already
Microsoft blog
did.
post combines
Which it already did because of AI. They need to be paying for
generative
this
AI,
shit.
digital twin simulation, and NVIDIA's Omniverse platform to streamline the nuclear life cycle from permitting through operations. The effort targets what Microsoft's blog calls an infrastructure bottleneck, expensive, years-long permitting processes. God forbid we have humans take a look at everything and make a judgment call. We can just streamline all that. Fragmented engineering data and manual regulatory review that delay new nuclear power plant construction. Okay, so we know how accurate ChatGPT is. Do we want to put it in charge of building nuclear power plants? Permitting itself, and oh my god, we know how shit Windows has been, and a lot of the excuse I've heard, or the reason I've heard that Windows 11 has been dog shit is that they're using AI to basically vibe code the updates, and they've been releasing these updates, and they've been breaking computers. Do you want that same sloppy methodology applied to nuclear power plants? The company say their collaboration will span 4 phases of nuclear development in design and engineering, digital twins, and high fidelity simulations, allow engineers to reuse.
A lot of the reasons why, I just feel like it's time to get the fuck out of here. Hit the road, get a camper, and leave all this shit behind, because this is getting out of hand. That's it. We're going to be the wild thornberries.
Proven design patterns and model the downstream effects of changes before construction begins. For licensing and permitting, generative AI handles document drafting and gap analysis.
Hey, he's going over to UT.
Just across the tens of thousands of pages, typically required for regulatory submissions. So we're just going to bypass that whole thing. Construction gets 4D and 5D simulation, adding time scheduling and cost tracking in standard 3D spatial models, much as NVIDIA is doing this to optimize.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible idea. I'm done with that video. We get the idea. A terrible, terrible idea. Leave nuclear power out of Microsoft and AI's hands. You really want to give them that type of information to an AI? Can Windows be fixed? No, I don't think so. After several user complaints, I don't think so. Kinda. A lot of the new apps, let's see. A lot of the new apps like PayPal, I think, has QR codes. This is blank from Alias. Just checking. What? Okay. Spam. Okay. Yeah. But more so, it's more of just like an address, right? Hang on. I'll look up. So we have Venmo. Venmo uses QR codes, but it's just like your address, right? So if you want to pay me, right? If you want to pay someone, can't see it. My camera's shot. Essentially, it gives you a QR code, and then you can pay. You can pay mine, or you can pay someone at that QR code address, right? Discord. Where is it? What is this? In the lobby? Direct messages? Did you message me? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the QR code. I saw that come through and I didn't, I haven't.
Why is it that in
Hang on.
India, everyone is paying with QR codes? Buying a train ticket? Scan. Getting groceries? Scan. In a rural village called Lordhai, locals would attach a mobile phone to a bamboo stick so that the phone can get internet access just so the entire village can pay with QR codes.
That's how you pay. Yeah, that's how you pay. Everyone's using a smartphone. Everyone has good speeds of data. Everyone has a digital bank account, and that's how their life is. So India right now does the most amounts of digital transactions globally. That's crazy.
Just this August, UPI has reached 20 billion transactions in a single month. 20 billion in a single month. I have so many questions.
Brain stops computing. So 20 billion in a month.
How did UPI get so big? How is this impacting people's spending behavior? And if this technology works so well in India, Would it work in the States
Yeah,
or another country?
why-
I
yeah.
realized that the reason why everyone is using QR codes to pay is in 3 parts. Disclaimer, I'm trying to answer why people use QR codes in India from a UX, psychology, and technology perspective. While the financial and legal implications of this payment method is important, it is not the focus of this video. All right, let's start. To understand why people are using QR codes, we have to understand first how they're doing this. Enter UPI, Unified Payment Interface. This is the backend system developed by the National Payments
Yeah,
Corporation
okay, so Google uses it, it looks like.
of India. Before 2016, when you wanted to send money to a merchant or a bank, you needed to know a lot of things. Bank
Right.
account number, bank name, branch name, IFSC code. UPI gets rid of all of that. All you need to know to send money is a phone number or a UPI ID. Instead
A QR code.
of a middleman holding all your funds, UPI sends money from bank to bank. This is safer, faster, and you're gonna like this one, free. What's unique about India with technology is the rise of mobile phones. I covered this in other videos, but basically, smartphones blew up. Compared to laptops, it's cheaper, easier to carry, and eventually data and the internet became quite affordable. So within the last decade, as phones blew up, UPI saw this trend and was like, okay, I see you. It quickly caught on and adapted to the mobile user experience. At one point, you could even use Nokia phones,
Oh my god.
the ones with keypads and everything, to scan and pay. But what made UPI really come to life are consumer apps. PhonePay, Paytm, Google Pay. If UPI was the skeleton of a person, these consumer apps would be the muscle. So why did UPI blow up specifically in India? Let's start from a user experience perspective. Just imagine the scenario. You're going to a chaiwala, you want your masala chai right now, but you don't have cash on you. That's fine, because even the smallest chaiwala would have a QR code. All you have to do is scan, pay, boom. Next thing you know, you're strutting around with a cup of cutting chai, 5 packs of parle and a plate of onion pakora. The act of paying is so easy. This user flow, compared to other payment experiences, has a
Yeah, even like cash, too. It's easier than cash. You don't have to carry cash around with you. It's just on your phone. You just go, tink, tink, tink. I love that.
pretty low cognitive load, which is the total mental effort placed on a person's working memory at any given time. It's also pretty
Yeah, and how much money do you have, right? You're thinking like, well, I know I grabbed some cash before I left the house. How much money do I have? Do I have enough money?
accessible payment method, because to set it up, all you need is a bank account and a phone. This is way more simple than the credit card approval process, which may take many days and is contingent on a credit score. Currently,
Right.
even foreigners can use UPI when they visit India. So as you can imagine, UPI has changed the way small businesses
So what
do
app do I need for that?
business. Even businesses from
UPI
the
app?
most rural parts of India can trade with consumers living in urban locations. From a grassroots level, this has really helped the economy. Also, for both consumers and businesses, there is no transaction fee. Sending money online
I feel like Zelle is trying to do that, but I wish that Zelle used QR codes, because Zelle is kind of like the bank-to-bank transfer here, but it's a pain in the butt because I have to log into my bank and then find where Zelle is and then type in someone's name and then make sure it's... They don't have a Zelle app. Yeah, you have to go through the banking app, but I don't think you can, is there a QR code function? I don't know. Anyway, it seems like it's way more complicated than it needs to be. Way more complicated than this. This seems really easy, and that's how it should be. The apps, okay, so GPay.
is free. Yeah, it's possible. Who would have thought? UPI also has great interoperability, which is a fancy word for it works everywhere.
So I should probably look into GPay, because that's probably what we have over here. Which I don't think I have it, but may as well get it, you know, and set it up just so I have it. No, but it looks like Phone PE is over here. UPI recharge bill payment. And then PayTM is another one. UPI recharge. And then it does have Google, but it's just the Google app, it looks like. And then there's GPay under finance. But that's it. Life Friends with GPay. Phone PE is available for you. Yeah. Yeah. It says Phone PE, and then underneath it says UPI recharges bill payments. So should I get that one? And then PayTM. Do you have PayTM? The Phone PE has a lot more reviews on it, so I'm going to get that one. Phone PE. We'll see what it does. And it's on the App Store, so can't log in to use them anyways. I can't? Does it not give me? No. Oh, wait. USA. Yeah, I should be able to. No, it's sending me a code right now. It has it in USA. Said it was. It's probably going to be late. 10 seconds. Come on. Send SMS. Oh, no. Yeah, it did have a USA thing. Like you could change it to a USA number. Send SMS. Contacts. Hang on. How do you want your to share contacts? Select contacts. Let's pick ones. Allow while using app. Please wait. Ask app not to track. Something went wrong. It said something went wrong. Let's see. Navy. Let's try NFCU. Yeah, it looks like it is all just Indian banking. It's weird that it allowed me to kind of log in or use a US mobile number. Now it says please link bank account, but I don't have any of these bank accounts, so I can't link it. Navy, I use Navy banking, and it's not working. It's not on here. Okay, well. Update number. There's a lot of them. I don't know half of them. There was Bank of America. There's Fifth Third Bank, SunTrust. I mean, there's too many to name, dude. Yeah. Yes, I want to end the session. Okay, so it's asking for that one-time password, and it did ask me for a US bank, but I don't know. So that's not working. I'll probably just delete that one because that did not work at all. I don't know why they would allow it to be on the US site. What user data? All they know is my phone number. Oh, and my contacts. Oh well. Oh well. At least it'll let them know, hey, someone in the US wants phone PE or whatever. So I guess the Google app, maybe? So I'll try the Google app. Your Sybil score. Don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Share time. What is this? Okay. Settings. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's like your credit score? Yeah, I haven't checked my credit score in a while. I mean, they checked it, I think, when I bought the car, which is stupid because I told them I was going to pay cash for the car. Anyway. Anywhoozly doozly. Did I get? Okay. So I got Google, so I guess Google has the Google Pay in here somewhere? Nope, I don't see it. I don't know. But let's just continue watching the video.
Even through texting consumer apps like WhatsApp. You can send money midway through a text. Now your auntie from across the country has no excuse not to send you money during holidays. Another major reason why everyone pays with QR codes in India is security. Let's come back to this chai wallet stand. As soon as you send money, both you and the chai wallet owner get a confirmation. A transaction has occurred. There's no such thing as pending transaction. Also, every single transaction is authorized by a secure PIN set by the user.
Oh,
with
is
this
it?
fast speed and PIN feature, scammers became unemployed on the spot. Or did they? They actually just got very creative. So when this whole QR code thing first started, every store had a machine that displayed this code.
Google
and when you scan
Wallet.
and pay this machine,
It's called
it would
Google
have a
Wallet
voice that comes
over
out of
here.
it saying,
25.
Hold on. Looks like it's Google Wallet over here. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, we do. Google Voice comes in handy. Okay, sorry, I missed that last part.
So when this whole QR code thing first started, every store had a machine that displayed this code. And when you scan and pay this machine, it would have a voice that comes out of it saying,
25.
this audio announcement meant to be a confirmation that the buyer has paid their bill. Scammers caught on to this pretty quickly, and what they would do is scan the QR code, and instead of actually paying, they would pull up this pre-recorded audio recording that mimics this audio announcement, pretending that they have paid. And the store owner, maybe they're tired or doing something else in the corner, hears this audio announcement and think that the person has paid, when in reality, they just got shoplifted. It got pretty bad. Some shop owners would print out the QR codes on a piece of paper, stick it on the wall, but what would happen is, as they're, again, busy doing something in the store, these scammers would come in, rip off the QR code, put a new QR code on that links to their own account. So every time a new customer comes in and scans the code, the scammer's getting paid. Yeah, unfortunately, fraud still happened. But builders caught on. With each scam story, they iterated on the product and built a better, more secure version. For example, in one of these apps, there's a button that shows up front and center on the interface. Send 1 rupee. You might think, why would I send a single rupee to someone? Turns out, this button is here solely for one purpose, confirmation. Before you send large funds to someone else, you want to make sure you're sending it to the right account. So you would send 1 rupee, ask if that person has received it, then you would feel reassured sending the rest of your funds to that account. From what I understand, this is a pretty common thing in India, and the speed of these transactions mimic the feeling of handing someone a bill physically, in real life, in real time. So when you're building a product for a specific user group, you want to understand what are their specific preferences? How does culture impact the way they perceive security? So sending money through QR codes has become really easy, which makes me wonder, how is this impacting people's spending behavior? Well, just like tap to pay, money doesn't feel real. According to both anecdotes and research studies, people sometimes feel like they're spending like a billionaire. According to one study analyzing spending habits, after collecting over 200 surveys and 20 interviews, they found that around 74% of the respondents admitted that UPI has led to increased spending, while only 7% has said that it led to decreased spending, even though most of the participants in the study already budget. Many of you watching here are probably builder of products, but remember, we're also consumers. We're human. Frictionless payment sounds great, but be mindful of its side effects. Now that you understand its design, you can better take a pause before you buy things and think, do I really need this? Or do I feel like I can get it because spending money no longer feels real? If you're building any sort of payment experience and your users are struggling with impulse purchases, you might want to introduce a higher friction in this experience so that people can actually pause and think before they buy. Some examples are informational pop-ups, warning signs, because as shown in studies, people would appreciate apps that help them curb their spending and develop better financial habits. Also, side tangent, paying with QR codes has manifested in its own way in China. Let me know if you want a video on this or any other topic covering tech in China. So would QR codes work in the States? As of now, it's hard. First, there's a cultural difference when it comes to the idea of money. In India, the UPI system, you are paying with money that is in your bank. In the United States, where credit cards and buy now pay later schemes have become popularized, the idea of money is different. So to move to a UPI system,
Right. This would put a big target on credit card companies because we pay with credit essentially. So not money that we have in our accounts. It's like a promise that I'll pay it later. So it's kind of like a middleman. So you don't have the money yet. So it's like a mini loan, right? So I'll borrow it with my credit card. I'll borrow the money and then I'll pay it back as I can, kind of thing. Does that make sense? That's what. Do you guys have credit cards over there?
there would have to be some fundamental cultural shift when it comes to money spending habits. The second reason relates to the system.
Yeah, it's like a money middleman. That's exactly what it is. Loan shark, essentially.
Many payment systems in the US are siloed. For example, if I want to send money to a friend, I use Venmo. If I want to send money to pay for a croissant at a cafe, I use cash or credit card. UPI, on the other hand, integrates across banks, payment providers, and merchants, making it universally accepted for peer-to-peer, business-to-consumer, and business-to-business transactions. But who knows? The world is changing. Never say never. All right, tech people, what can we learn? Notice that UPI might not work well everywhere, but it works extremely well in India. Instead of building for a thing that fits everyone, really dig deep into the specific pain points of the specific users that you want to help. Understand their needs, cultural preferences, socioeconomic background. All of that funnels into you building something that actually helps with a specific problem. And I'm wondering, if you have used UPI, what has been your experience? And for those of you who don't live in India and hasn't used UPI, why do you think the system hasn't expanded across the world? Why does it just work for India?
Interesting. I hate videos that like abruptly stop like that. Like, why has it worked for India? Then no fade to black, no music, no nothing, just end. Like, oh, no outro at all, no nothing. But yeah, that's interesting, and I think it's a good idea. I wish, like I said, I wish Zelle was easier to use. I wish Zelle had its own app, because if it had its own app and connected to people that I'm already connected to, which we do have that app, and then Venmo is kind of like that. So where's Venmo? Venmo. I won't show it here, but there's an app called Venmo, and it kind of connects to all of the people who are in your contact list. So you don't have to verify that it's them because it links to their phone number, right? And then you can just pay someone really easily. And it kind of puts it on a public ledger too, if you want it to. So you can say, you know, oh, I paid you $10 for the movies or whatever, and share it publicly. Then everyone can see like your spending habits, which is kind of weird, I think. But so you can see everybody's. So here's a friend did financial coaching, paid Level Up financial coaching. Here's a friend that paid someone else. Here's a friend that paid someone else. Here's this guy paying his friend for Whisker biscuits. And then meh. Oh, I heard that too. You know, you can see gas money, flowers, pizza, all kinds of things on here, but it connects to yeah, with the phone number. Yeah. Yep. So, but again, I wish that Zelle was like this, because this is a nice app to have, and I don't have to log into my bank and then find where they moved the Zelle link, and then if they're not in my contact on Zelle, like I have to manually type their phone number in. Okay. It won't let me just look through my phone and then like select this person and say pay with Zelle. Like it's just a huge process. Like, not huge, but it's annoying, right? When all I want to do is pay the person who is literally standing right next to me. They're right next to me. Every time I use Zelle, the person is standing right next to me, And I gotta fucking type in all this stupid shit. Oh, you guys already have a national ID? That's scary. He said they have a national ID. No, a national ID. We have they're trying to do that here, where it's like I forget what they called it, but it's like a country ID, because each state issues ID cards or licenses, like driver's licenses. Yeah, and you could consider it a passport, but passport's more of a worldwide thing because every country you can get a passport, you know. Would be one thing where easily we can identify them. Now, that national ID, now is that on your phone? Because now, granted, that would be convenient if I could just put my credit cards and my IDs, all my IDs on my phone, so that way I would technically not ever have to carry a wallet again. If everything was just right on here, that would be great. You know, and then take it a step even further, put your house key on here and your car key on here. That would be awesome. Yeah. Then if someone stole your phone, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. Oh, yeah, that kind of sucks. Oh, they have so it's a digital ID. By this way, people are limited to only one phone number. So phone number can be locked and routed to one person. Well, what if you need a burner phone? Like if you're about to go commit like a serious crime, you need a burner phone. Not that I know about that, because I don't. But for movies, they always have a burner phone. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Huh? A burner phone.
Oh, I need one.
Kat's got a burner phone. Just kidding. No, she does need one. I dated a girl once that had a burner phone, and I only had her burner phone number for like the first month. And then she's like, okay, I think I trust you enough. I can give you my real number. I was like, your real number? What the fuck? Oh, turned out he was married. Look out. Look out. Uh-oh, PS5 price hike is insane. Sony must be desperate. Oh boy. Yeah, and I heard Switch was going to be up in the price of their new units too. Oh, here we go. Trump's airports. Trump destroyed the United States. No, and again, this is all by design. They're doing this on purpose. They're trying to restrict people traveling, right? They don't want people traveling around. They don't want people moving around. I don't know why, but they just don't. Yeah. So apparently, yeah, the TSA, a bunch of people quit the TSA. So now there's huge lines at, what do you call it? At the airports. Oh, what do you know, honey? That Lake Mary house is back on there. People are probably like accepting it, thinking they're like, oh, what? Roaches? No, I don't want to do that. Of course, like I said, this looks a lot bigger than 800 square feet. Not to mention, there's a bunch of stuff in the backyard. It's not too hoardery, but there's a lot of stuff in the backyard. Sorry. You can buy PS5 for as low as 200, and if you want a new one, as low as 350. Is that right? Should we take a look at that PS5 price hike? What's the? Okay, hang on. Wait, the new US. The US's new infantry rifle is awesome. Looks awesome. Anyway, PS5 price hike. Hello. Who just subscribed there? Hey, thank you, Nico Mantle SSH. Let me, is that over on Kick? Thank you for the follow. Hey, thank you for the follow over on Kick. Appreciate you. Let me see. Kick. Yep, Nico Mato. Am I saying that right? Nico Mato, Nico Mato. Nintendo shocks the internet. A major price increase. All right, let's watch this.
Getting hard and getting turned on are
Oh,
not
snap.
the same thing.
Look out. Yeah, I think it's funny that they're putting all that. Sorry. Why do they have women talking about... They have women talking about erectile dysfunction pills. And I get it. And they're impacted, yes. And I like how they use a bunch of hot women pretending to be doctors. They're like, we won't. Yeah, boobies are overrated. What are you talking about? Are you insane? Boobies are not overrated. Are you kidding me?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newswave. Well, it turns out Nintendo really did have one last card to play for this Mario Galaxy movie, and this one absolutely shocked the internet. We're going to go over exactly what was revealed and maybe what we can expect in the future from Nintendo here today. Also, we are going to be talking about Sony with rumors now circulating that we could see another PlayStation 5 console price increase. This one, though, seems quite substantial, and we did have that Xbox developer, the partner preview event that happened, so of course we'll go through everything that was announced here today. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, helps out a ton. And if you
enjoyed the video, you haven't even started.
On Wave channel, make sure you subscribe down below. Of course, guys, we're here every weekday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, going over the world of gaming, trying to keep you up to date on all the news. So just know, even if there isn't a notification in the morning, there's still probably a video here for you to check out. And we're going to start today with video game budgets. It's a hot talking point when it comes to games and how successful they are. It's got to make its money back. It is a business at the end of the day. So when you hear a budget of $100 million, you go, wow, that seems pretty expensive for a game. When you hear hundreds of millions of dollars, you go, wow, that game better sell well. Well, take a look at this. This is posted over on social media with Jason Schreier saying exact budgets of video game productions can be tough to corroborate. More transparency for publishers would be nice. I think there's a reason why there isn't, but again, the numbers I've heard floating around AAA game dev these days are 300 million or more.
Oh my God, 300 million? Y'all are insane. Insane. Okay.
Or sometimes much more.
He says, once you have enough of them, you will not complain and you will feel it's overrated in my point of view. Shut your mouth. Boobies make the world go round.
Which I think helps explain the...
What are you talking about? When was the last time we watched a movie?
He didn't say movie. He said boobies.
Oh, boobies?
That's what I'm saying. Now you understand? I'm like, shut your mouth. You crazy, dude. Boobies are overrated. Yeah, are you more of an ass man yourself? Yeah.
Current state of the industry. And guys, 300 million or more. Whoa, that puts you behind the 8 ball immediately with the fact that a game is $70 and 30% of that will go to platform holders if you're a third-party developer. If you're first party.
And we wonder why the price of games is through the roof, right? $70, $80, $99.
You at least will get a bit more wiggle room selling on, say, if you're Sony selling your PlayStation, Nintendo selling on their Switch or Switch 2. 300 million though, you got to sell a lot of copies of games, and that's probably why we hear stories about so many pitches getting turned down. It's like, guys, it's going to cost $200 million to make this thing maybe, and we're projecting 2 to 3 million are going to sell. The math doesn't really work out, especially when you have taxes and stuff involved, and that, as Jason Schreier mentions, kind of explains the state of the industry right now. Got to figure out ways to make games cheaper and in some ways fast.
I'm kind of bored with this guy. He's way too much explanation. Oh, see, look at that, all in a thumbnail. $6.99. Now it's $8.99. There you go. That's insulting. Yeah. PS5's price hike is an insult to fans. An extra $200. Look at that. I don't even have to watch the video. His thumbnail told me everything. He says, I'm a booby supporter, but, well, what's the problem? What is your beef with boobies? What is your beef with boobies? That's all I got to know. What is your beef? You made your beef with boobies. He says, once you've had enough of them, there is no such thing. There's no such thing. You have enough of them. Come on. It's a universal truth. Everybody loves boobies, or so I thought. Apparently Brazilla does not like boobies. But men like boobies, women like boobies, babies like boobies. I mean, it's a universal law. It's one of those universal truths. Everybody likes boobies. See? I was right. He loves boobies. See? I changed his mind. Look at that. Look at that. We've changed his mind. He loves boobies, but what's your beef with the boobies? He says, but I am more into a different thing for now. Oh, international man of mystery. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. I won't pry. But yeah, look at it. $649 to $900. Why? Why would you pay $900?
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you.
All right, folks, I am still in the middle of editing LTPS number 719, and that is still coming later today. It's a big show, a lot going on, but there was one big rumor in there that if it did end up being true, then the story would already be outdated in LTPS. And it's a very big rumor that is now true, so let's address it and talk about it right away because this is obscene. Sure enough, we do have the confirmation of dramatic PlayStation 5 price increases globally. On the PlayStation blog, we did get that dreaded bad news post on Friday before the weekend, where it says new price changes for PS5, PS5 Pro, and PlayStation Portal.
Guess I won't be
so
getting a
this post was
PlayStation.
written by the VP of Global Marketing at SIE, and it says, quote, with continued pressures in the global economic landscape, we've made the decision to increase the prices of PS5, PS5 Pro.
Oh, Brazilla. You dirty dog. He says, are you ready for this, Cat? He says, I can go down all day is a small hint I would give you. Brazilla, you dirty dog, you.
And PlayStation Portal Remote Player globally. We know that price changes
well, good for her, I'll say.
Impact our community, and after careful evaluation, we found this was a necessary step to ensure we can continue delivering innovative, high-quality gaming experiences.
What? Hey, I'm into a different thing now too. Hey, all right.
To players worldwide. And then they list off all the new prices in the US, UK, Europe, and Japan, and these are really, really dramatic jumps. So in the US,
let's see. Digital edition $599, PS5 Pro, which isn't all that much faster, I've heard, than the PS5 regular. $200 extra. Why? And I mean, at that point, you're looking at $900, right? My buddy just bought a used computer off of Facebook Marketplace for $500, and he's gonna sell his old computer for $250. So, girl math, he only spent $250 on a new computer. Okay, I don't know what you mean by that, but he says after many fishes, I found lavender garden. Damn. Wow. Wow. Well, is this a Mrs. Brazilla we're talking about? Future Mrs. Brazilla? Look out. What? What is he doing? What is Koopy doing?
US PlayStation 5, a standard disc console, is going up to $600.
Huh? Lavender Garden. Is Mrs. Brazilla Lavender Garden? Probably. Ooh, probably maybe. Was this a new development? Like, did you just meet this girl?
$150 USD.
Cooper said good job. Good job.
A digital edition is $600. That's a $200 jump from when the console launched originally at $400. The PS5 Pro is now $900, no disc drive. So with the disc drive after tax, you're creeping into the $1,000 territory. UK, PS5.
Why would you get the PS5 Pro with a disc drive? And they're charging extra for the disc drive.
standard console, £560 sterling. Digital edition, $520. PS5 Pro, $790. In Europe, this is where the rumor originated from, where one French content.
But again, for almost $1,000, you could get 2 really good used PCs here in the States. And I think his has, I want to say it's 16 gigs of RAM. Was it a Ryzen? I'd have to look. I'd have to look to see what it was. But oh, you're good. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss anything.
Creator had put out the EU numbers, so we have 650 euro, which is the PS5.
Thank you, Cat Spade, for another monthly subscription. She's not in here. What? Where'd you go, Cat? You in the bathroom? Can you hear me? Thanks. Thank you for another monthly subscription. Aha.
Digital edition, 600. PS5 Pro, 900. And then Japan, standard PS5, 97,980 yen. Digital.
But yeah, so let's take a look here. Used. Let's see. Computers. Let's see if it. Wah.
Digital edition, 89,000. PS4 Pro, 137,980. And then the portal going up too. So in the US, going up $50 to 250. UK 220. Europe 250. Japan nearly 40,000 yen. This is going into effect April 2nd. Now, it's absolutely mind-blowing. It's super high. This creates so much uncertainty for hardware that they plan on shipping next year, and I'm blown away by how high it is, especially because, so me and John covered this last night on Click R3, so we did at least talk about it at a decent length during the show, and one of the points I'd mentioned was, well, we just recently heard not too long ago from Sony's last financial report, which would have been fiscal year 2025 Q3, from the CFO, Lin Tao, very much the financial side of things, and the language at that time heavily implied that hardware might be insulated from a very steep price increase like that. And so the actual direct transcript here, where they were acknowledging the memory crisis and the issue in the current market conditions, is that they said, quote, as for securing a supply of memory, we are already in a position to secure the minimum quantity necessary to manage the year-end selling season of next fiscal year. Going forward, we intend to further negotiate.
What is that? India is that auto pay? What do you mean auto pay? No, it's not on. Oh, her subscription. Yeah, I think she's got it on a monthly on Kick. So if you subscribe, I think it automatically will renew the subscription every month until you cut it off. So hang on, I'm trying to log into Facebook just to kind of show you. Yes, it is me, and I will allow finish. Allow press. Okay, so computers. There we go. So let's look up gaming PC. We're just looking on the used market. So this is another marketplace over here, Brazilla. So in the States, we've got Facebook. You probably have Facebook over there, but they started doing Facebook Marketplace, which took the place of Craigslist, right? And you can find some smoking deals on computers. Yeah, you got to be careful, but I've never had a problem except with that stupid fucking creeper. Jackass. Anyway, I've never had a problem buying computers off of here, so all good stuff. My buddy just bought one for $500. Here's one here. Custom pink gaming desktop PC, i7 quad 16 SSD plus a terabyte. Is that, it says 16 gig SSD. That can't be right. And then plus a terabyte. I mean, maybe, but it's so bad in India. Yeah, I bet in India it would be pretty bad. I don't have a VPN, nor do I care to get one. They're just, I don't understand them, and I don't really. It's fine. It's fine. I believe you. But yeah, because every time I look up for VPNs, they're always like, subscribe here for 9 months of VPN Pro plan. And it's like, what? No. But anyway, 4 gig graphics card. Hey, $359. This does not seem like a bad deal. Comes with a case, decent card, 4 gigs, 16 gigs of RAM. A decent little computer. If you can get past the pink case, you got yourself a nice little deal here. Good gaming PC. Anyway, so for what it's worth, the Sony, like, and really, you would only get a PlayStation if they had like some proprietary games that you absolutely cannot live without, which, let's be honest, are there any? Yeah. Yeah. Not all Indians, but always Indians. Yep. Yep. Says Indian people need to grow some sense of action. Just some bare minimum civic sense. Yeah. 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 Just, and I like to say, just do right by people. If they're, and I do it on eBay when I sell something and like something's broken, I'll tell them, like, hey, it's got a crack in the case, or hey, it doesn't come with a charger. Like, hey, it is what it is, right? I'm not asking $7,000 for a cracked piece of shit, right? If it's broken, it's broken. Like, but people on eBay still buy that stuff because they want to get it and repair it. A lot of people do that. Or they have a broken one, like we talked about. They have a broken one and they just need another one so they can get parts off of it. But again, so for $1,000, you could get yourself a PS5 Pro, or you could get 2 gaming computers on Marketplace. Now, people, please stop doing this shit.
Draw the cat eye, sharp enough to kill a man. You did some bad things, but I'm the worst of them. Venom in my walking, honey on my tongue. Hush now, the trouble's only just begun. Chasing down scenes, got receipts for everyone. Heartbreaker certified, I do it just for fun.
Do it just for fun. Cats hate it here. Welcome in. Did you message Cat? Hey, oh, okay, you hit the celebrate. That's why. I was like, where's your message? I didn't see a message. Maybe in 50 years, India will grow in because our government started investing in education. Well, let's hope. Let's hope it's nothing like the education system here. I guess the upcoming generation will get better. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's hope. But our education, yeah, our education system here is garbage. Garbage. It's a hot plate of garbage. So homeschooling for the win. Yeah, I think homeschooling is definitely the way to go. And Cooper will learn more from us than he ever will from school around here. Let's see. Yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. Fucking stop doing this, guys, right? When you put free, even though it was $1,100 just so you can get people to click on it, like, stop with the clickbait. Because then you click on it and it's like, oh, I upgraded, open to negotiate, cash preferably. Oh, okay, well then how much do you want for it? And then they don't put the price on here, even though it probably had an old price. Like here, it says 1,100 and then 0. Yeah. Yeah, and technically school is mandatory here as well, but you can sign them up for homeschooling programs. So like you still have to put them into schooling, but you are allowed to homeschool. So again, in this area, lots of PCs for sale. Is he mocking me? There you go. Yeah. Super. Are you live streaming too over there? All I hear Koopy behind me. He's playing on his Wii U and he's this one looks cool. But now see, for $1, right? Wow, that's a cool rig. Holy shoot. Look at that. Look at that thing. That is cool as shit. I really like that. Look at that. I really like that. Coop needs dad now, I guess. Oh, yeah, he does. He is obsessed with dada. It's true. Remember back in the day when what was he saying? He was like, I love you, Koopy. Or mom was putting her to bed. Cat was putting her to bed and she's like, I love you, Koopy. I love you, Koopy. And he goes, I love you, dada. He goes, I love you, dada. Even though Cat was holding him. That is a cool looking rig. So mine's similar to that. But I've seen these where the water cooler has like a little screen on it and a temperature gauge. That's pretty cool. I like that. Not necessary, you know, but his has light up fans here. Do I have one? I have one light up fan here. It looks like he's got 2 or 3 maybe. And then 2 over here. That's a good looking rig. Boobies. He says I would love a daughter maybe. As soon as Kat's done bouncing her boobies here. Boobies bouncing. Boobies bouncing. So yeah, it looks like 2 fans back here. I don't know if I could fit 2 fans back there. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Unless I moved the graphic card down, but no, it looks about the same as mine. That is a cool case though. It's got glass on the top too, which I kind of like, but I kind of don't like because mine has vents on the top. The fish tank case, yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't necessarily have an opinion either way. We thought, because you thought you were gonna have a girl for some reason. And I was just happy either way. But then when we found out it was a boy, I was more happy. But I don't know. I don't know why. I was just more happy. I was like, cool. Cool. That's awesome. It's banned? Is it really? Gender reveal? Well, now wait. Like the gender reveal party is banned in India, or just in general, you cannot say, like the doctor can't tell you what it is, kind of thing? Because they probably still want to do a scan so that they know everything's okay. And there's a lot of things they can tell, you know, when they're doing the ultrasounds. Yeah. Really? I didn't know that. Now, why is that? It's illegal? You say banned, so it's banned altogether. Does that mean it's illegal to tell them? Or if like the people really wanted to know, could they find out? But yeah, so in my opinion, if you want a gaming PC, the used market is really the way to go. And you know, and just start out, you know, like if you want to try out gaming, get a used PC. By and large, yes, there's scammers out there. However, I haven't run into too many of them. And again, you kind of have to sniff them out because some of these on here are probably scams, right? Some of these are probably just They get this fish tank case, right? And it's, yeah, especially, look at this. I just clicked on it. 120 custom gaming PC builds. Okay, so it's a low price. This guy builds them custom. Why is that? Wait, oh, so females specifically, they do that? Or like they want, so do they want male babies? Because that's a bad thing. That is a terrible idea. Was it Japan or China? China's running into a huge problem because of that. Because they all wanted male babies, and now, yeah, and now they're all that generation, all of the babies that grew up, they're in the dating pool, and now they're realizing, oh shit, we don't have any females, and it's gonna come back to bite them in the ass. So not good, not good. But yeah, so that to say, like, some of these could be scams. I've seen those where people are like, oh yeah, here, and they'll put the price really low. Like they'll take this picture, copy it, and then put the price like maybe 500, right? And then say, oh yeah, I only take Zelle, or I only take Cash App, but I need at least 50% down, or I need, oh no, you got to pay first because I deal with a lot of scams here, so you got to pay if you want to see it, that type of stuff. So you just got to sniff it out, and then always meet in a public place, like a Starbucks or another coffee shop, somewhere like that, where there'll be other people around, right? So that way, if they are trying to like rob you or whatever, like they're not going to do it inside of a Starbucks, right? Yeah, within the last 30 years, a very drastic changes are happening in India. So India needs a healing time. Yeah, yeah, same with I think it was China, where they were like that, for decades. And then of course those young baby boys are now of age to start dating, and there are no, what do you know? There's no females to be found. Weird. Fucking idiots. Like, how stupid are you? And it's just like, I'd be happy with either way, if it was a boy or a girl, because it's like, it's your baby, right? It's a baby, right? Javs are the best. What's a jav? What's a jav? Cat? Do you know? Don't search it up. You got it, buddy. Don't have to tell me twice. Let's see. So we got CPU, memory. So at idle, it's using, that doesn't seem right. It says 7.9, which is essentially 8. So you got 16 gigs, but yet it says it's only using 38%. I don't know about you, but that looks like 50%. Doesn't it? Yeah, mine's not. Mine shouldn't be at half. Or actually, yeah, we did this last time. Mine is at half, but I'm also streaming and running all kinds of stuff. Why did I open Device Manager? Yeah, it's only, okay, it's at 59%. But I'm streaming. I've got a couple tabs open. I've got Task Manager open. 4 or 5 chat streams. I've got 4 streams outputting, and I'm only at 60%. I usually have 3 streams, but I'm on, I got 2 on YT, 1 on Green, and TikTok today. So I don't normally stream on TikTok, and I don't know if I will, but, you know, I figured I'd try it because, you know, I thought if we do get people over there, we can try and steer them to a better platform, but don't let TikTok know. Anyway, if they want to join us on a better platform, you know, we're on YT, we're on KICK, whatever. But it doesn't look like I got any viewers on TikTok. So, and they cut all the funding over there. So, you know, what are you going to do? I don't know. So I probably won't stream there all the time, but stream there briefly, maybe cut it off early. So if you're ever on TikTok, peace out. Peace out, my 0 viewers. Yeah, I'm just going to sign off on TikTok. It could be because I'm in the wrong category, perhaps. But it looks like I've had 0 viewers the entire stream. So just wanted to test it out. But again, I'll probably try and push them over to another platform. So thanks for watching or not watching on TikTok. See ya. So I just cut off TikTok. Oh yeah, Ghost, you can right click, Ghost mode, reduce memory. Thank you, Ghost Spectre. Holy crap. Wow. Look at that. You must be joking me. How did I do that? Did you see that? Look at that. It was at 60%. I just did the right click, ghost mode, reduce memory. Hang on, Coop. Hold on. Coop, please stop. Please stop, buddy. I'll be with you in a second. So, Ghost Spectre. How is that possible? I will show you. So again, this I will be right with you, buddy. I will be right with you. I promise I will be right with you. So this is one of the benefits why I love running Ghost Spectre. You can just literally right click on the desktop, ghost mode. You've got your power options right here. You can go to game turbo if you want, go to power boost, dynamic boost, whatever, task manager, or hit reduce memory. I didn't think it was going to be that drastic. Man, what a difference, right? So if you're running a game on the side and you're doing all this other stuff, you can just free up some memory like that, lickety split. Love Ghost Spectre, guys. I cannot talk well enough about it, right? You've also got God mode ping test, so you can ping, make sure your internet's working. And this is just a right click from the desktop. This is built in. Clean up temp files, but hit God mode, opens this up, and it is System 32, every possible setting that you could want or need to change on your computer. It is God mode. So that is Ghost mode and God mode. Gotta love it. And yeah, I just went from 60% memory usage down to 20. Now I was yeah, it's not a control panel knockoff. It's quick. It's a quick way to get to pretty much every setting on the computer. So just a quick way to get to every setting. But it does, you know, you can get to control panel too if you need be. But it's right there. It's on the desktop, so that's nice. Now I did turn off the TikTok stream, which is why I went to reduce the memory, so that would have freed up quite a bit of memory. But yeah, guys, check out Ghost Spectre. If you're running Windows, I definitely recommend Ghost Spectre. I've been rocking it for years now, so It's my favorite of the custom OSs. It's not spyware. Everybody's like, oh, why are you running blah, 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 blah. Guys, come on. If there was a problem with it, we would have heard about it by now, right? So, at any rate, I'm going to sign off here, guys. The coop is calling, as it were, so I'm going to hang out with the fam. But thank you guys so much for watching and being here. A lot of viewers today, a lot of good stuff. I had a good time. And Brazilla, thank you for being here. And Cool Josh as well, thank you for being here. And Cat Spade and Cooper, as always. Love you guys. And we will see you on the next one.